No music. No nothing. I don't know what the hell I just watched. For all you out there, I'm not even going to do a real monologue. We were up 14 points. We had over 4 minutes to go. We were up 14 points with 4 minutes to go. And somehow Aaron Naismith decides to hit every single three with one Halliburton three in there mixed in. Somehow Naismith decided to become the flamethrower that he was in college. Knocked down 5 threes. And then we get a Halliburton prayer to put this game to overtime. And then the Knicks forgot how to play defense and decided to make turnovers, forget how to execute, inbound passing. We got to work on inbound passing. I mean, the amount of times that we handed the Pacers multiple opportunities to win today was just disgusting, gross. No other way to put it. And the Knicks lost this one, 138-135, with an Obi top-in finish. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this ish up. This... I have to laugh because you literally cannot, you can't even script this. What was it? Daniel, there's a tweet. Shout out to our creative director, Gamba. Shout out to our producer, Tyler. Shout out to our producer, Daniel. There's a tweet, Daniel, if you could pull it up, that Gamba shared from Karthika. It says NBA teams were 0-970 when down by 14 or more points in the final 250 of regulation in the playoffs over the last 27 postseasons. They are now 1-970. We decided to be in the record books for the wrong reasons. And the Knicks totally earned this one by pooping all over themselves. CK, I don't know about you, bro. To the people in the chat, I don't even know what I just watched. Yeah, I get that it's one game. No one is saying that the Knicks can't come back and win, but they literally had this game in their grasp, and it was an ugly way to lose. And if you think about confidence and momentum, this does play a part in it. I do believe the Knicks can bounce back, but I don't know how you walk away and you're not aggravated by this loss. How are you feeling, CK? Since you did play-by-play and you had to watch the whole storybook unfold.
That 1-970 looks like a freeway. That's an insane record. The I-970, that's what that looked like.
I-970 is crazy.
That's what I see. It's just, you know what? The frustration and the anger is just with the how more than the result. Because when I'm eventually going to be able to get over all of this and the what we're gonna have to be hearing and the nonsense that's going on in the media, social media, my phone is blowing up. I'm not even gonna look at the text. After all that is scraped away, at the end of the day, we just down 0-1 in the series. I know we dropped one at home, but we've been so good on the road throughout these playoffs. I'm not necessarily fully worried and thinking that now we're gonna lose the series. No. It's just we did this twice in Boston on the right side of things, right? Yeah. So you would think of if any team would know what not to do when you have a 16-point lead with not much time left, or a good amount of time left in the fourth quarter, you would think the Knicks, we would be the team that would have known how to handle that situation. But what do? We not only did our defense just vanish in the fourth quarter, but our whole offensive IQ went out the window as well. We just started just chucking from three as well. We started. I thought we were doing something smart by attacking Ben Shepard because he was a non-factor, and Bridges went right at him. It was a good decision. We saw Jalen Brunson taking advantage. So I thought that was what we do. They shoot their 3 barrage, try and stop it, but at the very least, we're taking down shot clock and getting buckets on the other end at the very least, right? But then we started chucking threes, and we missed 3 in a row in one possession or 2 in a row in one possession, and it just went downhill. We literally became the Boston Celtics. It was the exact same thing, minus it being 20 plus, and that's what irritates me more than anything else. We were on the right side of that. We know what to do in that situation. We are not that team that can shoot that many threes in the game. And what do? We fizzle down to be that exact same thing. And then we just looked so stupid in that fourth quarter. Stupid. Mistakes. Boneheaded plays. Boneheaded decisions by Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau, I thought, was doing such a good job with the managing minutes. He faked me out with the DeLon Wright 26-second situation. And in that fourth quarter, like, it just, everything from top to bottom. Alex, you already know what I'm going to say about free throws, but we'll save that for later on in the show. I just can't believe of any of the teams in these NBA playoffs to be on the wrong side of what just happened, especially since we've been talking about history and Knicks Pacers and, the 90s, 2012, 13, last year. You would think that the last thing the Knicks would do is give that string bean, bonehead, can't get a good haircut, raggedy talking, terrible laugh, can't stand and wish LA Knight knocked him out in WWE, Tyrese Halliburton an opportunity to have some kind of guard moment. And what do the Knicks do? Play right into that. And that is what I think pisses me off more than the loss itself. We gonna bounce back. But Alex, this next 24 or whatever the amount of time we're gonna have to deal with until the next game, bro, is about to be unbearable. And that's where I'm still at. I'm pissed off about that. And we did it to ourselves. Ain't no excuses. We did it to our damn selves.
You are 100% right that we did this one to our damn selves. We have to listen to this conversation for 2 days. Friday can't get here soon enough to wash this stench off. And it just sucks, man, because the thing is, tonight was, shout out to Tyler in the chat. He's like, when was the last time that we had, 2 players put up over 30 plus points? I was like, we had both of them do that in Detroit, like first round series.
Yeah, we did that already.
It was about to be another historic performance by these guys, man. Like, we were about to have, like, we had Jalen Brunson drop 43 points. We had Karl-Anthony Towns drop 35 points. And Cat had a good game. You know what I mean? Cat had a good game. Brunson had a good game. These guys were shooting so efficiently. And you squandered this effort to lose in overtime. And it's just that's what hurts the most, is that when you get games like this, it's supposed to be, you punch the ticket, you take your first win, and now you move on, you're in the driver's seat. Not saying the Knicks can't get back into the driver's seat, but now you have to play with a little bit more of an edge in game 2 on your home court. And that's the whole point of having home court advantage, right? It's like, if you go up 1 and then you lose the next one, it's like, okay, you go on the road. This team's usually is good on the road. You can bounce back. You're at least still in the driver's seat. It's like, hey, we got the first one. There's a different sense of urgency and being able to play loose once you get the first game, once you win the first game. When you lose, now it's not necessarily, I don't want to, you have to win game 2. You can't go down 2-0. You know what I mean? Then it just starts to become a mountain to work back. So is game 2 a must win? Yes. You got to go win that one, especially since you have home court advantage. You can't let the Pacers just come into New York and take both wins. We know what happens when you do that. We just saw that in the Boston series.
We were that, yeah.
Yeah, and with that being said, it just stinks because now you got to play with a different level of urgency. But man, honestly, this team just likes to play with their backs against the wall. You know what I mean? To me, it's like, all right, we just like to we love to make things difficult. We love things to be a cardiac affair. We are given 2 series in a row to close things out in game 5. We can't do it. It takes us game 6 to do it both times. And then now you start the series being 1-0 in the hole. And like I said, it's not that they can't come back and win. I still believe they'll win this series. It's just frustrating with the effort you got from Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. And the fact that we just forgot how to play defense. OG missing the free throws, which we will talk about, CK. It's like, yo, we could have that could have sealed it right there.
Oh, we will talk about it.
Could have sealed it right there. And you have a good game from Mitchell Robinson. I mean, 4 offensive boards, 4 defensive, giving you a total of 8 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Mitch's impact was certainly felt tonight. You just felt every single time he touched the floor, you're like, oh my God, this is a good game. Knicks are scoring well. I mean, the Pacers came out red hot, but we're keeping up with them. Then we take the lead. Defense was doing a solid job for 3 3/4. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, you just fall apart. So frustrating, man. So frustrating.
And it's just just the way we fell apart. Like I said, I can't believe being on the side that we were on in that last series, and that's how we respond. I don't know. It felt like we had so many opportunities to right that ship. Yeah, Aaron Neesmith, shout out to him. I see people in the chat talking about luck. Nah, that dude was 8 for 9 at that point, minus whatever happened in overtime. That dude was 8 for 9. Ain't no luck in that. Look, I ain't gonna sit here and talk about, no excuses coming from me. That's on us. But I like you were saying, like, we did everything right for those 3 quarters, and I don't know what happened. Did we get comfortable? I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I just don't understand how there was no point where there was some sort of like, okay, this is getting bad, Band-Aid, let's do something. There was none of that. We just kept watching it. We didn't change anything defensively. We kept hard on these. There's so many things I feel like we could have fixed on our own down the stretch, which is why no excuses for me, man. Tough loss, but we both said it. Move on to game 2, man. I can't wait to hear what people have to say. I can't wait to hear it. I cannot wait to hear what the people have to say, Alex. I can't.
Well, we're gonna get to it, CK, and then we're gonna get into all the other stats and key stuff. There's not really.
Do we have to?
We do have to, man. That's what we're here. That's what we're here, man. We're here for the people. We're supposed to break these things down.
Good. Play the music.
Run the intro.
Run the outro, man. I'm out of here. Now,
CK's like, I just did 3 hours of play-by-play. What more do I need to break down?
We got 3,000 in the chat. Shout out to all you guys, man. You know what it is. Get the feelings out. I'm totally kidding. I'm still in the grief portion, if you cannot tell. I'm in all black for my own funeral, but, we're going to move on, and we're going to get past this in the series. I'm not worried about it. But right now, CK is pissed. Alex, you do your thing, bro. You're doing great, bro.
You're wearing black, man, because you're at the funeral. I'm wearing blue because that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling blue at this point. So we got the colors to match. So make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I see Pacers fans have invaded the chat. So
make sure you hit a like and subscribe while you're here. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Welcome. Subscribe. Enjoy the time while we are facing, Knicks and the Pacers are facing off during this round. So we appreciate it. Let's get to the calls, man. Let's get to the call. So as I line up the Discord, make sure to get your takes ready. And so we got the Knicks Fix with us. So Knicks Fix, what's going on?
We need a Knicks Fix.
What's going on, guys? What's going on tonight?
You already know, bro. You already know. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
All right, man. A couple of things I was discussing in the lobby. So the first thing is Thibodeau kind of coached that game scared. At the 5-minute mark, he brought back in JB when the lineup with Deuce, Mitch, Cat, OG, and Hart built that lead. Like, absolutely demolished that, right? Like, he coached scared. So now what happens when you bring Brunson back at the 5-minute mark? You're bringing back a player with 5 fouls. So that guy can't D up on nobody, right? They're going to – that's what happened. They forcing him in the action, and Neesmith, Hart fell asleep on Neesmith. Now, going forward, right, if you really watch this game, why do you guys think we won last year? Because the defense was gritty, right? The defense was gritty, and it grinded the Pacers down. This year, if you look at the plus minus, the highest plus minus tonight was Deuce. Deuce and Mitchie got to play big minutes in this series, man. This series is not that. I think I said this in the lobby. The Knicks needed a loss like this. They needed a loss because I'd rather lose in game 1 like this or compared to game 5 or game 6. Now, it forces this team to become focused on every possession. They were not focused tonight. They were turning over the ball. Brunson was fouling, like picking up chippy fouls. But the game was lost when you brought back in Brunson at the 5-minute mark. You could have bleed him out for a little bit more and bring him back at the 3-minute mark. Thibodeau coach scared. At the end of the day, I still think the Knicks win this series, fellas. Like, let's relax. They still win this series because Neesmith is not going to go 8 for 9, right? And Halliburton got a miracle shot. So they got both of these things in one game. I think the Knicks win this series and we win handedly. Stay up, fellas.
Shout out to the Knicks Fix, man, for calling in. And yeah, man, look, you need a little bit of luck in things to, for things to go your way. I mean, you'll get Aaron Naismith in the last 9 minutes of this game, and he went 6 of 7 from the field, which is all from 3, and he had both of his free throws. Got 20 points in the fourth quarter alone. He himself was the reason why they came back and won this thing. And, we talk about turnovers and stuff like that. Knicks only had 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter, but I swear the sloppy inbounding, the lack of execution, like there was just so many things that gave the Pacers multiple opportunities to just push this thing into overtime. And to Knicks Fix's point, yeah, it was like you built the lead with OG out there. Brunson gets his 5th foul. You put OG on he goes on a 10-0 run. Pacers are like, yo, what are we doing, man? This is like, there's no Brunson. We should be able to come back and win this thing. But yet, OG was, in his bag.
Yeah.
And I think to Knicks Fix's point, like, yeah, there's a little bit of Thibs just letting it air out. Just let that unit air out. They're doing their thing. There's no reason to panic. They had the game, and then you put Brunson back in there, and then, as Knicks Fix was saying, they took advantage. They took advantage of a guy who has 5 fouls, and he does not want to foul out again throughout this postseason.
Well, OG stayed in. I think I was more shook on the taking Deuce out because Deuce was really vital in that time as well in that lead. I know he wasn't one scoring like he mentioned with OG and Hart, but Deuce's defense, you saw that to the same point of the fouls, but you saw the drop off immediately when Deuce came out of that game because now you're bringing in a Brunson that cannot play as aggressively as Deuce did. Remember, Deuce had that big block in that run. He had that big block. So to me, it was more so the taking him out. Like, if you're gonna make the substitution in for Bridges and Brunson or one or the other, Deuce had to stay in that game at the very least because don't take away the defense that was working. Yes, OG was great, offensive, cool. But to me, it was the defense. And I feel like we just pulled that cork off once you took them out of the game. And yeah, they just never looked back. And Aaron Neesmith, yeah, to me, though, to that point, I feel like Deuce was the bigger catalyst in taking out after that run. I did not get it. And then he never brought him back in. Never. Not until the fourth quarter. And I thought it was too little too late at that point.
Yeah, he was the best perimeter defender that we had out there tonight, especially in closing. And look, it goes to the Pacers are not a team that plays physical, right? If anything, as we watch the entire, they don't play physical.
All right,
no, it's all good. No, notice how the Knicks were in the bonus drought every single quarter because the Pacers, when they try to play physical, all they do is foul, right?
Right. Yep.
So now you give them an edge when you put Brunson back in there. And not saying you can't close with Brunson, but when you put him back in there that early, then you give everyone the green light to just go ahead and attack. And for a team that's not physical, because even what you saw, who was it on? It was on TJ McConnell that he got that, that foul. And it's like, yeah, that was a bad foul. You hit him. You hit him when you try to make the layup. Like that. There's no arguing. There's nothing to argue about it.
Super.
And it's just like you just gotta understand the situation, man. You gotta understand the situation and the opponent that you're going against. But let's keep going down the line, man. Let's get to Anthony. Anthony, how are you feeling, man?
On Friday, man.
Oh, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Anthony.
Loud and clear, bro.
I'm depressed, guys. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's probably the worst loss I've experienced as a Knicks fan, man.
My stomach seriously dropped when I saw when Halliburton's shot fell. My stomach dropped.
Yeah, mine's too, man. I mean, I was telling Knicks Fix and LD in the chat in the members lounge. I was like, guys, man, been a diehard Knicks fan. I was born into it, man. 1990, 91 is when I could actually remember I've lived through the Patrick Ewing finger roll. I've lived through the Reggie Miller 8 points in 2 seconds. This is worse than that, man. Guys, you guys got to talk me off the ledge. I don't know what to say.
Look, the good.
Um,
Well, I'll
yeah,
tell
go
you
ahead,
this, Anthony. I'll tell you
Alex.
this is that this is only game one.
Exactly.
We got
Mhm.
more games to go.
Mhm.
To CK's point, I mean, to get a Halliburton shot that bounces essentially to the ceiling and falls through, plus it's Naismith going
Mhm.
6 or 7 from downtown to get 20 points. That's like a 1 in a million chance. You know what I mean? Like, how many
Yeah.
times do we see the 8.9 seconds actually play out in in the playoffs, right? Literally
Yeah.
talked about it was a 1 to what was the stat again? 9 to 970?
And
1 to 970. You know what I mean? Like that
970, baby.
like
like I,
that it's just
I
so rare for this to happen.
I don't even, guys, like I don't even know what to say, bro. Like usually I could get all analytical and I could talk about Thibs with the substitutions and the rotations, and I agree with you guys about Deuce, and I agree with Nick Fix about him putting Jalen back in the game, and it's just like I just don't understand how. I don't even know what to say.
Hey
Like
man, you're
I'm
not wrong to be speechless on what we actually just watched, because
I'm
the
sick.
improbable just
I'm sick.
happened.
I'm so sick, guys. And that's really honestly, guys, I mean, I have nothing to say. I just wanted to contribute to the loss for words that I'm sure a lot of people are at right now. Do I think we can win the series? I do. Um, it just sucks, excuse my language, that we let this one slip away, man. And it's just heartbreaking the way it happened. LD, when you get on, please, bro, talk me off the ledge like Alex and CK are doing, man. Please, please
Appreciate
help me, bro. I need it, man.
appreciate the call, Anthony.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you
it.
guys, man.
No
CK,
doubt.
great play by play too, man. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
you, bro.
Anthony. It's game one, bro. You'll be all right. You're right. Sleep it off and be ready for Friday. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah, man. It's game one. It's tough to watch. We'll bounce back, man.
Yeah,
Look, Brunson's going to play with a true fire in the next game after watching how this all broke down.
He's not the one I want to play with fire. I need Ogugua to play with some damn fire. That's who I need to play with
Speak
fire.
on
But Brunson played with fire today. I know we're going to talk about how he ended the game. Fine, let them talk about that. But Brunson was scoring with ease throughout those first 3 quarters. The end of the game is the end of the game, sure. But I'm looking at OG. Where was he, man? Where was he? Suni Lee was here, bro. She was in the building for you, brother. So that's who I need to play with some damn fire. Go out there and play with some. We need OG and Anobi for us to stay in this. Like, I know we can talk about Cat and Brunson and their big nights, but OG and Anobi, to me, in this one, like it just felt like he got the 16 later on, but it just felt like he was just in that first half so dejected. I don't know if there was. I don't know if the playoffs are catching up. I don't know. I'm not trying to put any of those thoughts out there. I just think he had a bad game. But if there's anybody that need to come out with some damn fire, it is OG and Anobi. I've been saying it from here to Timbuktu. Ain't nobody in a Pacers uniform who I believe can guard you, OG. I've been saying this. I said about Mikal as well, but especially you, OG. The way you played this year, ain't nobody on the team that can guard you, man. Go out there and get yours. Play with that fire. That's who I need. Brunson gonna get it. I'm not worried about Brunson. It's OG that we need him consistently in this series to go forward for sure.
Absolutely. But what I mean by when I say Brunson's not going to let that happen is look, he's the captain. He's what he says, what Josh says, it's going to move that locker room. And they're going to be playing with an edge, and they're going to have the emotion, the fire that they got to rally the troops, get everyone going. We saw what Fred Katz wrote in the Athletic article, man, how they had a team only meeting after losing game 5 to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
I'm expecting something like that tomorrow to talk about what just happened, what unfolded in the fourth quarter and overtime of this matchup, and saying, we cannot let this happen again. We have to close games. Have to. Have to close games, have to close series. This Pacers team, they're deep. They're going to keep running, as we saw. And look, as much as we could say that Thibs has conditioned these guys to play a lot of minutes, fatigue does settle in. You start making mistakes. And so we saw that as the game unfolded. You got to be able to put these guys away early and not let them stay in this matchup. All right. They had so many opportunities to extend this lead. You know, they get up to double digits. Pacers work their way back into single digits. Knicks would work their way back into double digits. The Pacers would continue to do it. And then next thing you know, the unimaginable happened. It happened. And so Knicks just need to get things corrected, man. After, like I said, you had a stellar performance by these guys. And even with Mikal Bridges, I was like, yo, the thing about Mikal Bridges, I said in my game of the week preview, is that no one can guard this guy when he gets going. But then it just feels like, I don't know, man. I know that Brunson and Cat had it going.
Yeah, they went away from Mikal.
They went away from Mikal too. And he was given something different that, you know, the Pacers were not really, they're not ready for. There's not an answer. You know, if he's missing shots on his own accord, not because there's stellar defense. And I thought Mikal was having a good game tonight. You saw how he was guarding Miles Turner, causing turnovers, you know, causing shot deflections. He was getting that mid-range jumper. You saw the putback that he got off of OG's 3. I thought he was having a solid game tonight, and they gave him that opportunity. And the next thing you know, just faded away, man. Faded away. And even with OG, who took 15 shots tonight, only hit 6, man. Not a good efficiency night for OG. So he's got to figure out how to get back into rhythm. We need both those guys, man. You can't. It's cool to see Brunson and Cat get 43 and 35, and that should take you home. When your stars are putting up those numbers, it should take you home. That should take you home. There's no question about it. But we're going to need more out of these guys, especially in the waning minutes defensively, because we saw Halliburton, Naismith all get open, and it's got to be better than that, man. It's certainly got to get better than that. But let's get back to the phones. Let's hear what the people got to say. We got Wallabe on the line. Wallabe from down under. What's going on? Wallabe.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Two things I picked up from this game. One, I just did not agree with them fouling up 3. You know, you have your big guys, OG, Mikal. I mean, Naismith, he was falling out of bounds when he was about to pull up before they fouled. So I didn't agree with that call, you know, and we all know what happened after that. The second one, I just think the pace of the game caught up to the Knicks towards the end of the game. And that's when we kind of started seeing the turnovers, and there's just the lack of effort, not lack of effort, but just the fatigue just kind of set in. I know Alex, he talked about it earlier about the fatigue setting in. I just think mentally and physically, the Knicks slowed down while the Pacers were able to keep that tempo. And I think that kind of is the reason why we kind of just saw the Knicks just fall off a cliff. So, you know, I think it's something they got to get used to. You know, it's the first game of the series, so, you know, it's not something I mean, it's going to be a big factor, but, you know, they're going to bounce back for sure. But that was just the two big things. Just the fouling up 3 when you got your big guns in the game, your defensive hankers in the game, and then just the pace of the game, I think it caught up to the Knicks towards the end.
Yeah, man. They just caught up to the end. And appreciate the call, Wallaby. Good call.
Yeah, no problem.
They got tired, man. And that's when when you start making mistakes like that, it's just exhaustion at that point. And just got to be better, ready for the next one, and then just punch it home. There's just no other way looking at it. Let's get to King Matthews, though. So King Matthews.
How do you say that, real quick, how do you think they combat that then? How do you think they combat that then? Because, I mean, this is the Pacers. This is what they've done in the first 2 rounds. They play quick. You think that Thibs needs to adjust quicker or make those decisions a little bit faster, or just keep, because you know he's going to play the starting 5 heavy minutes. So how do we combat that then, in your opinion?
There's nothing to change, man. There's honestly nothing to change, because what are we going to rely on now at this point? We're going to rely on, like, I think yes. Could you ask for some precious minutes? Yes, maybe you can ask for some precious minutes. I did make that suggestion. I think this is a good matchup for him to get minutes, since you got Obi Toppin out there. Precious is a guy who can run the court. He matches that built of Obi, you know. Maybe you get more DeLon Wright instead of just the 26 seconds. Maybe you get another defender out there who can guard the perimeter. And hey, Campaign, I know you hit some shots today, but good Lord, brother.
Come on,
good Lord. Why? Just why? Why?
No comment. All right.
I can't, man. But no, at the end of the day, it's like it's just Thibs going to do the same thing. There's no change at this point. So you just have to really rely on Thibs's plan just executing. That's it. Like if he's gonna run these, I know he went with 8 tonight. Really more so 7?
7, yeah.
You gotta rely on that 7. And it's like at the end of the day, it's like still gotta be aggressive, still gotta finish the job. These guys have played 40 plus minutes throughout the regular season. They should be conditioned for this. They just got to close, man. They got to close. And honestly, for a game like tonight, where you had time off, there shouldn't be really an excuse of not being able to close and execute. It's not like you just came off from the Celtics on Monday, and now you're playing the Pacers. Finished on what? Friday? Finished Friday. Had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You had 4 days in between to rest, and you're home. You didn't have to go anywhere. So it's on these guys, man. They get back at it again on Friday. And let's hope they can figure that thing out. Let's get to King Matthews though. King Matthews. What's going on, bro?
How you fellas doing tonight, man?
Frustrated.
I can't blame you, man. After Halliburton hit that 3, man. Luckily it was a 2, but after he hit that, man, yeah, thank God. Because still though, man, I'd go to a liquor store, get some wine, man. Because that fourth quarter was a whole lot of mess, man. Whole lot of mess. Like, where can he even start? I don't know with Neesmith, man. Like, congrats to him, man. But he's not doing that again, man. He will look like T-Mac out there.
Oh.
And you said the minutes police. I agree on that, but I think Thibs needs to extend the rotation, man. You said Precious, he should actually play, man. And like Campaign, man, yeah, cool with the 3s, man, but send him to the truck, man. Bring in Dylan Wright, man. He should be playing right now, man. I don't care, man. He needs to play. He needs to play, man.
We've been asking for this, and we've yet to see it,
man. Yeah, they still can win the series though, but
for sure.
They just cannot blow a game like that, man. Especially against this Indiana team. Y'all got to do better, man. But Knicks in 6. Keep it pushing. Oh, this wine's really kicking, though. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night.
Have a good one, King Matthews. That was King Matthews on the line.
This sudden realization.
This wine is good. Hey, I wish I was on that kick right now. But
I was just going to say, send some over, brother. Send some over, my God.
Water tonight, though. Water tonight. Got to get ready for the 9 to 5 tomorrow. So, not trying to do all of that. But, hey.
Respect.
Hey, it is what it is, man. And look, I would like to see it. Like I said, I think Precious, DeLon Wright could get into this. I would hope that he makes that decision just because you look at what the Pacers are doing. You know, you see Naismith, Siakam, Turner, Halliburton, Nembhard, Mathurin, Toppin, Bryant, McConnell, Shepard. I just listed 10 guys. He went 10 deep.
That's what they do, though.
I know that's what they do, but it's still. Yeah. But that's why these guys are fresh. That's why they can continue to run like there's no tomorrow. Right. You know, and it's like watching a hamster on a wheel. That's why they can do that. And then when you watch our guys, like we got to work the half court. We got to be physical. And that's fine. But if we're going to be doing that, we got to land some final blows. You know what I mean? I think the analogy that they used on TNT was right, where it's like Pacers will jab, jab, jab and try to figure out where they can throw that uppercut, whereas the Knicks just kind of look for that haymaker. But we can actually throw those punches. We can actually throw those punches and we can land those punches. So they got to figure that out, man. But since we're talking about landing punches and, you know, trying to execute, let's look at the numbers, man. Let's look at the key stats of the night brought to us by Underdog Fantasy. Don't do that, CK. It's okay, man. It's okay.
Shout out to Underdog. Okay. It's not your
Underdog. Hey, man. At least the if you look at the colors between the orange and blue, it kind of matches what Underdog is. You know, the logo, kind of. But hey, shout out to Underdog. Unfortunately, the Knicks lose this one, 138-135 in OT. We'll get back at it again on Friday. We'll bounce back. Not worried. I still got the Knicks winning in 6. But let's go through these numbers, man. Knicks won the rebounding battle tonight, 46-39. They barely lost the assist battle, 26-24. Pacers had that. They won the steal, block, battle, 7 and 8 apiece to the to the Pacers 6-3, and then they lost the turnover battle. Pacers helped protected the rock. They only had 7 throughout the entire game, which is incredible. To the Knicks 15. Knicks shot the ball well tonight from the field, 51%, matching the Indiana Pacers. From downtown is where it got a little crazy. Knicks only shot 32%, while the Pacers shot 41% from 3. And CK, I know we talk about free throws, percentage-wise. The Knicks hit 70% of the free throws, while the Pacers hit 75. And I know if we start looking at the numbers a little bit deeper and looking at the totals and all of that, the Knicks did take 40 to the Pacers 28.
Yeah.
And we only hit 28 while the Pacers hit 21. That's crazy. We got to be hitting more than that. Come on, man. They're free throws. I mean, come on. I mean, Mitch, one thing, but OG, bro, come on. You went 2 of 4 today. You should not be going 2 of 4. You should not be going.
Both his only free throws. He went
yes.
0 for 2.
What's going on, man? Bricking those things off the back iron. Crazy. Things were like moon rocks the way they were bouncing back. Craziness. I couldn't believe it. And then we start looking at fast break points. Pacers won that battle 13-5. Second chance opportunities, almost an even battle, but the Pacers nudged that one out 23-21. And then when you look at points in the paint, Knicks did win that battle 62-50 because they were able to get some decent second look thanks to Mitchell Robinson, but it was not enough to ward off the Pacers, man. What's your key takeaways from these stats, CK?
At first, I was excited to come in here and talk about offensive rebounding. I thought we did a really good job on that, but then they figured that out down the stretch. So I wanted to give that an honorable mention because I feel like that is going to be a keepsake throughout this entire series. I think offensive rebounding should favor us, which I think is going to be key for us to get offense going. But I don't think we deserve good things. So I'm going to talk about the stat that we kind of touched on early on, and I'm going to talk about it now. I'm talking about the turnovers, Alex. 7-15, man. 7-15. Like we talked about the sloppy inbound, and there was a lot of sloppiness that happened throughout this game, even when we had leads, which led to Chuck. Shout out to great Chuck DPE. Ryman, when you know who it is, he was talking about it. Like just the way that we were every time we had an opportunity to push away, we would make some great shots, and then we would mess up our own momentum with some sloppy turnover. And I feel like that caught up to us towards the end of the game. So that turnover differential, I'm looking at. We did a great job defensively, but we got to turn their 7 turnovers into a little bit more so we can turn that to offense because we do a great job on scoring off of turnovers. We saw that in previous series. So our 15 to their 7. Not a fan of it. And chat, say it with me. Free throws. We already know. We already know. But yeah, so those are my 3. I'm sorry. It's just I can keep going. We talking about Aaron Nesmith 8 for 9. Did we already mention that? Oh, my bad. Let me say it one last time. Aaron Nesmith went 8 for 9 from 3. I can give you all the numbers that pissed me off and made me happy all in one instance, Alex. You want me to keep going? I can keep going. Huh? You got time? I got time. I mean, why not?
I got time right here, man. I'm sure everybody would like to hear it right now. For my negative was definitely turnover differential 7-15. But I do feel like the big positive outside of just this game for this New York Knicks team, I think is going to be the offensive rebounding number. I'm going to keep my eye on that. We won that battle slightly this game, but I think going forward, that's going to be a huge stat for us in this series. So keep an eye on that. I like how TM, shout out to TM, man, the chief mod and operations over here, the CMO. All right. He said it was like CP was shooting free throws. Yeah, man. It was like CP was shooting free throws for this team. And here we go with Nightbot with the stat of the night. CP is now 3 of 8 at the Garden on free throws. So checks out. CP, how do you have worse free throws than Mitchell Robinson, bro? What?
Bro, get him on the team, man. He is Nick material, bro. 3 for 8 from a free throw. Get him on, bro. Sign him up.
Sounds about right. Here's what's more disgusting though from this. Here's what's more disgusting about this game, and then I'm going to move on to talk about our sponsor, Underdog. So out of those 7 turnovers that the Pacers had, Knicks were able to score 4 points off of the Pacers' 7 turnovers. Off the 15 Knicks turnovers, the Pacers were able to score, and I don't stutter on this, 27. 27. How do you have 15 turnovers and allow 27 points to be scored on you? That is nasty work.
I don't even want to know how many of those were threes. I don't even want to know. I
don't even want to know either, because that was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Good Lord, man. But key stats of the night brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Make sure to support our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code KFTV to get up to $1,000 in instant bonus cash and a free pick. And people, let me tell you something about Underdog Fantasy and why I enjoy it. I like to think that I know a little bit more than what they're telling me on the app, but unfortunately tonight, looks like they played me. They played me very well tonight. No. You don't always win, man. That's why you got to be careful. That's why you got to do your research. You got to make the right decisions, but it's still fun nonetheless. So when you go on to Underdog, you get to create a ticket, and we're between 2 to 8 players. Now you can choose and mix and match across all leagues. So it doesn't just have to be basketball. It could be baseball. It could be hockey. It could be basketball, all on one ticket. If you do decide to choose one sport, just make sure you choose 2 players from 2 different teams. Now, the more players you choose, the higher the return it can be. And all you got to do is just choose higher or lower on any given stat. So let's say if you chose tonight for Brunson higher than, let's say, 25.5 points, you would hit on that because he got over 40 tonight. So that's all you got to do. And look, if you don't feel confident that you're going to hit on all these picks, you could have gone the insured route. You can go the insured route. So you can still earn some cash, even if, let's say, 3 out of 4 hit, 3 out of 5 hit. They give you that option so that way you can still earn money and come back the next day feeling like you won something. Now, if you don't want to create a ticket, you can also put on your GM cap, go face some of your friends or a bunch of randos to see who can draft the best team, all right? And to get some bragging rights. Hey, look, you could put down some money. Well, of course, you could put down some money, beer money, lunch money, and then you'll get bragging rights saying, hey, I know what's happening on in this league every single given night, and that's why you go out there and do it. Now, if you want to know how well I did tonight, I didn't do well at all. I chose 5 picks, and I lost on 4 of them. So if you were listening to me tonight, hey, I would not do so, okay? The only thing that I hit on, the only thing I hit on, which is hilarious, is that Karl-Anthony Towns got higher than 22.5 points. I knew that was going to happen because he always has a great game against Miles Turner. This man's averaging 28 points against Miles Turner. He always feasts, okay? That's just easy money right there. I thought we'd get some threes. I thought Josh Hart would get a double-double tonight. Man, Mikal Bridges, I thought you were going to get me 17 points. You got 16. 16.5 was what it was set at. Just needed to hit one more bucket.
I took the PRA. I took the PRA, and he got me. The only one I missed here was Brunson. I thought we were going to get some more threes from Brunson. So that's
what I thought too. We only got one.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a few more. But hey, I know CK did well. That's why you got to follow CK. No,
I didn't flex. I didn't flex tonight, Alex, because I heard you in the back of my mind. I'm like, yeah, I ain't no chump. Yeah, I feel good tonight. I'm going 4 for 4. Yeah, I went 3 for 4, so no flex for me. And
see, and that's the cool thing about the flex. At least you get to earn some money. But unlike us, we're not winners tonight. But maybe you can be. So make sure to use that promo code KFTV to get up to $1,000 in instant bonus cash and a free pick. All right, let's get to some more callers. CK, let's get to Zach in LA. Zach. Usually the leadoff hitter. What's going on, Zach? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm not as underwhelmed as other people. Tonight was one of those games where, if we hit free throws, we obviously win, as CK said. Turnover battle, we lost, which was unfortunate. I do think that goaltending missed call in the overtime was absolutely ridiculous. Yep. I think there's a lot of things that came into play into this game. One of the benefits is that it's game 1, so it's not like the detriment of the series. We obviously have there's a lot to go in this series, so I'm not as underwhelmed. I know it's disappointing that we lost, but at the same time, I mean, my man's not going to go shoot 89% from from the 3-point line for the rest of the series. I mean, let's be honest. Neesmith, first of all, and then Chucky Burton is not going to make 3-pointers that have no business making. Obviously, it was a 2-pointer at the end of the game. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean, even throughout the game, half of his shots were just chucks. So it's an unfortunate loss, but I mean, there's so many things like, like Knicks Fix brought up with why bring Brunson in with 5 minutes to go and not 3 minutes to go. I was literally saying the same thing at my television. There's so many things you can go over, but it's game one, not game six. That's the difference.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, at least we get to recover from this. And then, yeah, like you mentioned it, Alex, Brunson's got to be smarter with his fouls. I mean, just because CK goes up, McConnell goes up with the pump fake, you don't hit him on the elbow like that. Like, come on, man, just let him take the 2-point shot and move on to the next play.
That's right. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Appreciate the call, Zach. Appreciate you for always having it, man.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating, but you know what? Game 2 comes up on Friday. We got a lot to look forward to. I mean, if they hit these types of shots throughout the series, I mean, all to them. But the likelihood is they're going to come back down to earth, and the Knicks are going to have a really good series for the rest of it going forward.
Absolutely. Appreciate the call, Zach. Appreciate the call. Rate that call in the chat, man. I thought that was a good call.
Zach.
5 for facts, 1 being trash. Let us know what you thought about Zach's call. I thought he was on point tonight, man. Like, look, I get that. Look, I'm frustrated. You can see that CK's frustrated, but there are more games to be played. Look at that. Look at that transition. But look, there are more games to be played. I mean, there's some good positive takeaways. We're just airing out some grievances right now. But look, if we're really talking about some stuff that I like, man, I thought the defensive intensity was good for this game. I thought they matched the shot making of the Pacers very well. I thought they kept up with the Pacers' pace for how not limited, but how short our bench is. I thought the Knicks did a great job of that. And on top of that, you saw a really good game from Karl-Anthony Towns. He was dominating, took advantage of Turner, took advantage of all of his mismatches, drove it to the rack, put up some threes and knocked down some threes. He went 4 of 8 from downtown. We haven't really seen that between the two series, so he's going to get more 3-pointers up, which should spread out the Pacers defense and give the Knicks even more opportunities to drive the lane. There's some good takeaways from this game. And then look, Brunson was able to, honestly, I watched Brunson tonight and I was like, it felt like he was just walking to wherever he wanted to on the floor. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's only for one game. This Pacers defense, even though it did improve this season, they're not a shutdown defense. They're not. And I expect Brunson and Cat to go out there and perform. It's now to what CK said, OG, Bridges, everybody else, you all got to step up. You have to step up in this matchup because the Pacers bench did. The rest of the Pacers did. Now it's time for our guys to step up, especially while you're home. This is where you're supposed to shine. You're home. You're supposed to shine here. These guys come through. It's not even a game. We're talking about, hey, 1-0. We're in the driver's seat. Time for the Pacers to be on their heels. Let's see if they can do it again in Madison Square Garden. It's not the case, but I still believe the Knicks will come back out on Friday, get the win. This is going to be a tough series. We cannot overlook any opponent one game at a time. Can't overlook any opponent. Like I said, I believe this team's going to win in 6. But hey, man, you got to come out correct on Friday for this one. Got to come correct on Friday for this one. And let me read some super chats while we're at it. We got Terry Cal, 2 shout to you for being a franchise channel member for the $2 super chat. Blew the game when hunting Shepard and settled for 3s. That's true. And we also got Peter with the $5 super chat. He said, therapy session, knock down free throws. We was 28 of 40, and Cat needs to knock both down. Yeah, Cat needs to knock both of them down. OG needed to knock both of his shots down, and Bridges needed to knock both of his shots down. You can't miss shots in the fourth quarter. That's how teams are able to stay in games. You can't miss those type of shots. We got more super chats as well. So let me pull some of them up and read them. Shout out to JP for the $2 super chat. We got Viva O Life. Shout out to you for the $5. I don't even know what currency is this. The R $5. What is that? Someone let me know. I'm not sure. This was the kind of game that made me love basketball. I'm sad, but it's part of the game. Knicks in 7. We just have to keep the mental toughness. That's for sure. You got to keep the mental toughness. Breaking down the final minutes of the fourth quarter and in overtime is what lost us the game. Got to stay focused. Got to stay strong. Shout out to Mark for the $10 super chat. He said, free throws aside, defensive lapses aside, the Knicks got complacent. How are you going to put up threes and play with your food like that when when up that much in the fourth? Did the Celtics rub off on them? Good question. They should, as CK said, you should be aware of what you just did to the Boston Celtics. Don't get comfortable now. Do not get comfortable now. You're so close to the promised land. Do not get comfortable now. Stay hungry. Just like you did in that closeout game to Boston. Stay hungry. That's what I want to see. I want to see that type of execution. And that's probably the most irritating thing, CK. We saw them execute it at a high standard. And now you come out and you do this. Yeah. Now you come out and you do this. Unacceptable. Unacceptable in the fourth, man. Unacceptable. We got Apostle in the making. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member for 27 months. Said, Knicks let me down on my birthday. Got to get game 2 win. Well, happy birthday to you, Apostle. All right. And yeah, Knicks, if you hear this, give this man his appropriate birthday gift on Friday. Go get that win. All right. We got Christian B. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member in the $20 super chat. Tough loss, but remember, haven't lost 2 in a row. We will win game 2 and 3. I also think we will have officially moved on from Trae Young, and Halliburton is the new enemy. Kobe didn't help Tatum, and Reggie won't help Halliburton. Knicks, hashtag Knicks and 6. Amen.
Okay.
I like that thought. I like that thought process. Did not like that he did the whole, hey, if history does repeat itself after, Halliburton put up the choke symbol, then we win the series. Because when Reggie did that,
very true.
Lost,
very
man.
true.
Lost.
We don't talk about that enough. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Knicks or nowhere. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Thibs paper coaching again instead of in the game coaching. Stick with what was working. Shaking my head. Double team or trap the hot hand. Make someone else score. I don't know if doubling is necessarily what we need to do for this team because they move the ball so well. You don't want to leave anybody open. It's just switching and staying on your assignment, man. Like, I think this is a good team to switch with. Like we saw today, Bridges can guard Miles Turner. Miles Turner is not going to be bullying Mikal Bridges. So, like, I think this team is going to be fine if they just switch, stay on the perimeter, do not go into drop coverage, giving free 3-pointers for everybody. All right, I see Karl Anthony Towns in drop. Haven't we learned that does not work?
Gosh, yes.
Like, this team could shoot. What are we doing, man?
I don't know. Yeah, it was one too many times. We were talking about in the chat. Chat was going crazy. It's like I could hear, they were so mad that they're typing. I could hear their typing in unison because we all saw it. It would happen every single time. And yeah. Again, things to clean up, man. It's things to clean up.
And that's
glad we're seeing those negatives now, but golly, that got to get cleaned up.
Exactly. And to your point, CK, seeing it now, you can correct them now instead of game 6 going to a game 7, where it's like that. It's like everything, like you got to leave everything out there, right? You get in game 1, you see what your mistakes were, you can make the adjustments, go out in game 2, and there on out, go execute. Shout out to Dark Souls GT for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. We got Mont Black Nolan for the $5 super chat. It's not about believing we could beat this team. We should respect them. The urgency is not there. Shaking my head. Yeah, man. Got to respect your opponent. They're there for a reason. They are there in the Eastern Conference Finals with you for a reason. Shout out to Corso117 with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. There were so many opportunities to win this game. Missed free throws, leaving the guy who is on fire to make 6 or 7 straight threes. OG bobbling a pass that should have led to an easy layup. On to game 2. Yeah, man. Brunson gave that pass to OG. I'm like, yo, Butterfingers at the wrong time, my guy. At the wrong time. We got Lord Steven Stone for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you for being a franchise channel member as well. Heartbreaking loss. Everything went wrong at the end of the fourth quarter. I know we can still win this series. We must learn from our mistakes. Free throws hurt. Yeah. Absolutely agree with that. All right. Take let's see what else we got. Do we have any, we got a few more and then we'll keep it rolling. We got Black Larock with a 500 yen. What is wrong with this team? A bunch of klutz ice skating at ... all brawn, no brains. Go Knicks. Amen. All brawns and no brains. They got fatigued, man. They can execute. They got fatigued.
Alex, let them have their emotions, okay?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, man.
all brawn, no brains. Yeah, let them have their emotions, man. They need healing, Alex. Let them heal.
Sheesh. I'm just saying, man.
No,
you know,
no,
let's
I'm with you.
call it what it is.
I'm messing. You're right. I know, Alex. I just can't believe that is how this game ended, bro. It's not even about the win or the loss for me, man. It's how it ended.
Shout out to Daniel for putting the monkey, the toy monkey with the clapping symbols.
Yeah.
That is, I can say this. That is probably what happened in the last final frame of this game.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes.
The inbounding is totally like that,
bro.
Like, how about the one with Jalen Brunson just like jumping, trying to hit? I was like, yo,
brother.
I was like, what are we doing?
Brother, man.
Why are we taking risks? What, even the inbound pass where Josh Hart didn't get it, and Nemar was like, yo, are we really about to just give a free layup? We really about to do this? Man, this is why when people told me like the Knicks didn't win those games against the Celtics, I'm like, nah. Some teams literally hand you the win, like the Knicks did tonight. They literally hand you the win. Are you capable of taking it? That's what the Pacers did tonight. They took it. And that's why I'm saying, like, when you get those wins, you earn those wins. But damn. All right.
This side sucks.
It really does, man. Shout out to Daniel for being a franchise channel member and the $10 super chat. We're going to see if this team is truly built for this. This is adversity. As fans, we can cry and prove everyone right or support this team even more now. Be sad now, lock in tomorrow. Hashtag fan up. I agree with that, Daniel. I agree with that 100%. We got Rasheem Robinson with the $5 super chat. This is one loss where I can't blame Thibs. Not mad for him putting the starters back in, too. Everyone just lost focus. Need to bounce back next game. Yeah, man. Agree with that. The Art Man, formerly known as Steve. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member and for the $10 super chat. Knicks were on a 17-6 run. Club was rolling. I know Brunson is our best player, but once him and Bridges got back in the game, the defense slipped. Turnovers and missed free throws. Shaking my head. Game 2 Friday. Shout out to all you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. All right, man. Let's get back to the calls. Let's get back to what the people got to say. Just had to make sure we do some of the house cleaning and take care of the super chats. We got JBKToHTown. Jay from Brooklyn to H-Town. What's going on, Jay?
What's going on, fellas? Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. How you feeling? You frustrated too?
Man, yeah, I'm definitely frustrated. I mean, I'm sick to my stomach on this loss. I can't even lie to y'all. And while I can appreciate the optimism by everybody, there's just certain things like this is a game we had to win. Like, how many times are we gonna get 40 free throws attempts for the rest of the series? You know what I mean? Like, and then you were talking about the fatigue. Brunson only played 38 minutes this game because he was in foul trouble. So imagine game 2 or game 3 when he's not in foul trouble, when he's racking up 48, 49 minutes if we go into another overtime game. So I feel like this was one of those games where we needed to really capitalize and get that win. So it kind of sucks, and especially because the Pacers are a team that they are a very confident, almost cocky team. And for them to have momentum going into game 2 is low key scary. You know what I mean? And first off, I can't stand Tyrese Halliburton. Like, I don't know who said it. They was like, he'll take over for Trae Young, like, cause the whole choke symbol. Cause I don't know if y'all remember when the Pacers beat us last year, when he had the shirt with Reggie Miller with the choke symbol doing the choke song. So it's just like little things like that where I just feel like us losing this game, especially the way that we lost, just kind of builds to their ego and builds to their confidence, which is something that we needed to nip that in the bud and show them who they are. So I hate them having this type of game, this type of momentum going into another game. I do believe we're gonna win this series. I just think there needs to be some changes made, but unfortunately the changes made can't happen because
What are the
again,
changes you want to see made?
we can't really do it because we haven't played our guys like that. Like, I look at it like a guy like a Landry Shamet or DeLon Wright or even a Tyler Cole, because we're not playing defense anyway, so we might as well get guys out there. But if they had been playing and they had built chemistry with the whole team, then you can throw some different sets out there, throw some different lineups out there to see what works. I feel like if those guys were playing with the Thunder or they were playing with the Pacers, they would find times to put them in the game. The fact that we have guys, I think Mikal Bridges played 46 minutes, Josh Hart played 44 minutes, and the fatigue is going to continue to happen. Like we can't have too many more overtime games. Like we're going to lose if we go into overtime with these guys because our guys play too many minutes and we don't have enough people going out there. So I hope that we can, like everybody say, we don't play with our food. That if we do build up a lead in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, we maintain that lead because if they start getting back in the game and it starts getting into an overtime, that's where we're going to be vulnerable. So I'm just hoping we can lock in on the defensive end, that we can really stop that drop coverage nonsense because that's killing us, and just really capitalize on the defensive end and just I don't know. I mean, that's the only changes really I see is obviously in hitting free throws, but we really got to lock in defensively. And I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I mean, that's how we're gonna win. If we keep trying to outscore them and keep trying to do all of that, like we're not gonna win these games, and it's only gonna be to our detriment. So
All
I'm
right.
just hoping Tibbs could figure that out. But I appreciate y'all taking my call. This is definitely a rough night.
Definitely a rough night. Appreciate the call, Jay. Yo, people, let's rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Let me know what you think about Jay's call, man. So I see some of you are like, some put 5s in the chat. Some are saying, bro, they're not rocking with you, Jay. They're starting to throw tomatoes, but you know, hey, people, let us know what you thought about that call.
Let them get it out. Let him get it out, man.
CK saying, let the people vent, man.
Bro.
CK saying, let the people vent.
Exactly, bro. Exactly,
but, bro. We also got to keep the optimism. We got to believe in this team, too. We've made it this far. We got to believe.
Yeah, well, some people that, you know, that the rapper, you got to believe that's going to come back tomorrow morning. But right now, bro.
You think
right
it's going to come back tomorrow morning? You have you logged in on social media in a minute?
Look, look, man.
No, I'm calling you out on this one, bro. I'm calling you out on this one.
It is a safe place for people to get their frustrations out, get it out now. Because on Friday, bro, all that needs to be out the window. It's game 2. We bouncing back. But, you know, some people going to have their emotions, Alex. Let them have their emotions, man.
I hear that. Look, people are all entitled to the emotion. But come on, bro. It's one game. There are 7 games to be had at max.
I know.
There's 7 games to be had at max.
I know.
Look,
I know.
This stuff happens, man. This stuff happens. I believe this Knicks team will bounce back on Friday. It is frustrating. I am aggravated as well, as much as everybody else, because we should have had this one off of two great performances from Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. I am right there with you. But we lost by 3 points. We lost by a basket. You know what I mean? Like, we lost by a basket. It's not like we got blown out of the water. You know?
Yeah.
These 2 teams are going to
Feels like it, though, right? Feels like it.
Does it?
Yes. The way that loss was so demoralizing, it does feel like that kind of a loss, man.
Damn. You all right, TK?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to be fine. I know we still winning this series, but come on, man. That late game execution, what we had to deal with, that picture that we're going to be seeing the next few days, bro. Shout out to Ben Stiller. Man, yes. Yes, man. Yes, I'm going through that grief. I'm going through grief, all right? But it's going to be gone because I already know end of this series how this is going to be done. I know how this series is going to end, and that's going to be with the blue and orange. But tonight, bro, the Knicks better take something away from this. Because we ain't talking about this kind of a loss again this series. We can't. Time to wake up.
What voice do you think is coming out of that picture? Which of his 2 voices is it the soft one that or is it the deep one? Which voice do you think is coming out?
How? The one that sounds the most like Trae Young. It's a squeaky, high pitched voice. He got a third one that we don't get to hear because we don't hear it on the court.
Okay,
man. Don't. I'm not saying anything about it. I can't stand that dude, Tyrese Halliburton. Man, I can't stand him, man.
I can't stand the Pacers, bro. Literally, it's to me what stings more is that it's just like this team that is constantly in the way. That just it's like out of all the teams,
yeah.
Why?
Damn cockroaches, bro.
Seriously, man. Can't get rid of him.
In every era, Alex. Every era.
It is truly a feat. I have no idea how that works,
I
man.
love it. Hey, man.
I really have no idea how that works. Really have no idea how that works. It is fascinating as all hell. Let's get to some more calls, man. Let's get to Undead Tacos. Undead Tacos, please unmute your mic. Undead Tacos, are you there? It's a hell of a name. Undead Tacos. He's going once. Going twice. All right, man. We'll come back to you. We'll see what happens. We got the official Michael White on the line. Michael White, haven't heard from you in a minute. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. How are you?
Okay, I'm going to tell you why we lost the game.
All right, let's hear
it. Coach Thibs, he had two timeouts left when they were catching up, and also he put Jalen back in the game when we had a lead. Also, the way he used Mitch got 20 minutes. 21 minutes tonight. Josh Hart had 44. Come on, man. We do well when we have Cat and Mitch in the game together. The lineup should be Cat and Mitch with OG and Bridges at the wings and Jalen. And then we didn't use Deuce was having a good game. He didn't get any of those minutes. He kept us in the game.
Agreed.
I mean, come on. Obi played center in the last 5 minutes. They didn't even have the big man in. But this was a coaching loss by Thibs. Why didn't he use those 2 timeouts he had to settle those guys down after Neesmith? Neesmith averages 42% from 3. This wasn't no fluke. He did the same thing against the Cavs. It was inexcusable, and they were tired. Pressure didn't get no minutes tonight. I mean, he can't keep playing the 7 guys, man. Not against them. And then Carlisle is a great coach. He ain't a good coach. He's a great coach. We had them beat.
Yeah, we did, and we did not close. And don't you blame the players on that, Michael White? Don't you blame the players for not executing down the stretch? I mean, for some of these boneheaded plays.
I blame the players, but also if the coach has 2 timeouts, he should have called a timeout and settled them down. And after one of the when he was inbounding the ball, he didn't have a timeout and tell them what to do. That's his job. You think Carlisle was calling timeouts?
He was.
Carlisle also kept his challenge to the end and used it against us.
Yeah, I thought that was a boneheaded move by Thibs to use it so early. I didn't like that at all.
I'm just saying, man. Thibs has won more games than any other coach who hasn't been to the finals. That's a fact, man. And I'm hoping. I believe that Leon built this team to beat the Celtics and the Pacers. So I'm hoping that our talent, just our talent alone, beats them. Because when it comes down to coaching, we in trouble.
Michael White saying we're in trouble with just coaching. Appreciate the call, Michael White. Appreciate you. I haven't heard from you in a minute, so I appreciate the call. Have a good one,
All
man.
right, brother. God bless.
God bless to you as well. Michael White blaming Thibs, and I see that he has struck a chord in the chat. People are now saying Tom Thibodeau is the reason for the loss tonight. And look, were there some boneheaded plays, boneheaded coaching decisions by Thibs? Sure, there were. Yeah. I won't take that away. We talked about it, but I do think most of it tonight is on the players and their lack of execution. I think at some point, like, we got to look at what the players are doing, and I know that we could talk about them calling timeouts. We could talk about them, we could talk about Thibs calling timeouts, who we can put in there at the end. I do agree with those things, but at the same time, Thibs isn't missing free throws. That's Bridges and OG. That's Karl-Anthony Towns. You guys are out there. We're gonna close with those guys. You got to hit your shots. Plain
and simple.
Plain and simple, man. Is he the one saying turning the ball over? Is he the one jump passing, trying to hit it off Naismith? Is he the one that's inbounding the pass to get it to Josh Hart and it just goes almost in the hands of Nebhard? No. Is he the one that's on the ground diving for a loose ball? Mikal Bridges, and you throw it out of bounds? No. Those guys got to be better too, man. I get it with Thibs, but the guys who are out there, they got to be able to execute in the chaos at times, and we got to look at them too.
Bad all around, man.
Yeah. Bad all around. See, I'm getting some tomatoes in the chat. Look, man, it's fine. You don't have to agree with me. Do not have to agree with me at all. But I'm not going to overlook that the players did not execute in this stuff. All right, man. Let's get to some more callers. Let's get to STG Nick. Let's see what STG Nick has to say. STG Nick, please unmute your mic.
Hello, hello.
Hey, there he is. What's going on, Nick?
Doing okay, doing okay. The building was electric for sure. I mean, first conference finals game there in 25 years, and the crowd definitely lived up to it. Was CP in the building tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it was definitely electric for sure. And then we were up by 14 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left, and then just started falling apart. I mean, there was no Pacer fans were there. There was hardly any Pacer fans. But I remember when Halliburton had the shot at the end, when it hit the rim, like originally there was cheers because nobody thought it was gonna actually bounce in. So it was hilarious. Everyone started cheering. But I swear the ball felt like it was in slow motion when it was in the air, and then you just see it drop in, and it was like, oh my gosh. But a lot of it was just that whole run in the fourth quarter was just Naismith 3 after Naismith 3 after Naismith 3. Like I'd have to go back and look at it, but like were they not contested? Like I felt like the defense was okay there. Some of them were just difficult, I thought. For sure. And then other things that I thought, there should have been a goaltending call there. For sure there on the Miles Turner block. And then and also in overtime as well. Like was nobody like who was supposed to be boxing out Obi? Like Obi had a wide open putback dunk. And then I think another possession, Josh Hart fell asleep and Naismith or Nemhard cut back door on him. So I mean, like, yeah, we lost it, but there was also some things on our end that we have to clean up for sure. The free throw shooting wasn't the best. So I mean, obviously the loss sucks and all, but there's definitely things we can take away from this and clean up for it moving forward. Especially like, Josh Hart falling asleep on defense there in the fourth. Like you gotta have, be alert, especially in overtime in a game like this. Boxing out, things of that nature. But yeah, I think we can regroup, and then you gotta get game 2 on Friday. You gotta go at least tied back going into Indiana. So the loss sucks, but I think there's things to take away, and then hopefully bounce back on Friday.
Absolutely. Appreciate the call, Nick. Appreciate the call and for the stadium report. Have a good one. Look, I thought Hart played a rough game today, man. I thought it was rough. Like that man got caught in a blunder. Do you think the knee is actually bothering him, CK? Let me ask you that.
You think that's what it is?
I mean, he said he has jumper's knee, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's playing a factor. I don't know. That's one of my beefs with Hart all season this year. I feel like a lot of those who's that guy games were kind of on Hart. So it's a combination of the two. But yeah, I'm sure it's playing a factor. But he hit the nail on the head down the stretch. The Hart just was not great on some of those defensive stops. Died on the screens. Even if there was no screen coming, he fell asleep. You talked about not too long ago with Naismith. Sure, maybe it's part of it. Maybe the knee's a part of it, but I don't know. I think Hart could still lock in, at least stay by his man with or without the jumper's knee. Personally,
yeah. Look, I don't know if the knee is bothering him or not. Just wanted your opinion on it. But like at the end of the day, it was just atrocious defense. I mean, even the one that Naismith got, you saw that he slipped. I don't know if there was a wet spot or not, but like,
well, Bridges slipped on the same spot too right after that. So yeah, there was definitely a wet spot on that part of the floor for sure.
So with that being said, like, look, I know there's going to be elements of the game that are out of their control, but I felt like he didn't help. Like in a lot of those spots where guys are getting open looks, like he got lost a lot defensively. And I think part of the answer for this for this. It's like I have a reel out there talking about it against the Celtics, and I think you just got to make sure. Like I know Josh is like that's Thibs' favorite guy, man. Like we already know that. We already know how Thibs feels about Josh Hart. But I feel like to have him succeed, this is a time where you got to like manage the minutes very well for him and make sure that he's in position to succeed. I think we need more Mitchell Robinson out there.
Yeah,
Look,
I don't know why Thibs does that. Like that's just it blows my mind. I get it. Like you were saying, I know he's in love with Josh Hart, and you know he does give you hustle, but we're all seeing it. You know, it's like the campaign minutes. Like we're seeing how how it's impacting the game. Like just all we're asking, just bring Hart's minutes down. So
yeah.
Mitch can get more than 20 minutes a game because Mitch's impact. I get it. If you want to talk about what Mitch isn't ready yet, well, we ain't at Mitch is not ready time anymore. That time is past. We are games away from possibly getting to the finals for the first time in years. You know what I mean? So it's like Mitch, we're not asking you to play him for 40 minutes, but at this point, it's where you're seeing how impactful he is. You got to move on from the 20-minute mark. We need to be talking about 25, 26. And if you're taking some of that from Hart, that only benefits everybody. So I don't understand why Thibs is so reluctant to do that. We talk about the campaign thing all the time. You know, DeLon Wright, hell, even go to Shamit. I don't know. I just that's one of those conversations that I just wish we can get an answer on. Just like, you know, him just straight up saying, I love Josh Hart. He's just gonna play. That's my answer. And it's fine. But it's just we all see it. We all talk about it over and over again. But I just don't think that's going to change, Alex. I think it's just going to be he's going to go Josh Hart 40 plus minutes on every night. And we're going to sit with Mitch with 19, 20, 21 minutes a night, which I don't know. I don't like it long term, but it is what it is. We got this far. So what do I know? I'm not a coach. What do I know?
Hey, something's got to change, man. Something's got to change. And look, for Josh, it's not that we all know the impact that Josh has, but to your point, like we saw Mitch play. I think it was either against Detroit or the Celtics, and like during the end of the season, one of those last two games, he played 30 some odd minutes. Maybe it was even the Cavs. I think he played 30 some odd minutes. I was like, all right, Mitch is back and ready to play some 30 some odd minutes.
Yeah. I know exactly.
And now we're like, no more than 20? Like, are we back on a minutes restriction thing with this guy? Like, I don't know. Like, even for, like, I know Towns had it, but even when you have Mitch out there with the starters or anybody else, even when I like the lineup of Brunson, McBride, OG, Bridges, and Mitch. I like that lineup. There's enough shot making where it opens it up for Mitch, and Mitch can still work. You have 4 awesome defenders out there, and 3 of those defenders can score very well. And it's like, why don't we utilize that lineup more? I think that needs to be some of the changes. But look, guys missed free throws. Guys had turnovers. 27 points off of 15 turnovers is insane. You know what I mean? Like that's on the players, man. You got to protect the rock. You got to protect the rock at all costs. There's nothing about that. And talk about protection, man. That's why you got to support our sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. Let me tell you something about Morgan & Morgan, all right? With over $25 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. In Florida, a client received $12 million after the insurance company's best offer was just $350K. In Pennsylvania, a client was awarded $26 million, a staggering 40 times the insurance company's original offer of $650,000. There's a reason why you choose Morgan & Morgan. It's because they can cover you, and they've been there to do everything they need to make sure that you feel protected. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people just like you and I. They have over 100 offices and more than 1,000 lawyers nationwide. When hiring Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring an army that has your back. If you are injured by negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. When you hire the wrong law firm, you may be beat before you even start. All law firms are not the same. So, if you're injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/KFTV or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/KFTV or pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. Knicks could have used Morgan & Morgan tonight, man. Knicks could certainly use Morgan & Morgan tonight. All right, let's get to some more calls. Let's hear what some people got to say. We got HP Cuzco on the line. HP, what's happening?
Yo,
Yo, how you feeling?
look, it's been a long time since I called, but I felt like today was the right day, considering this was our worst loss, I feel like, of the playoffs. And I feel like we had to have this loss at some point during the glorious run that we've had. And it's time for us as fans to really respond, not overreact, not hit the panic button, and learn from what we did wrong in this game and come back next game and blow them out like we were on the path to do. What I saw, and I'm going to go quickly, was that they were searching for something in the final minutes of the game, somebody to step up. And they got a spark, and Neesmith reincarnated Michael Jordan from 98 or whatever 90 would you want to say, and it happened. So that's not going to happen again. And I feel like there's still Knicks in 6. All right, but we got them. Stay down, and let's not panic. 100.
Appreciate the call, HP Cuzco. HP Cuzco, actually, he's kind of, to me, man, he's kind of sounding like it's like that relation between needing to face the Pistons before you face the Celtics to toughen the Knicks up. You know what I mean? This might be the wake-up call the Knicks need to say, hey, we can't play with our food. We got to close these things out. We got to take it seriously. Sometimes you need to get punched in the jaw to figure out, you know what? Got to come back, get correct. And hopefully that's what the Knicks do in game 2, man. I believe they can. Hopefully they can do that. All right, let me load up some more people on the Discord. We got quite a bit here. Holy cow, we got quite a bit. So let's make sure that we get through everybody. Yeah, man. Everybody wants to make sure they get their call on. I do see the rhyme animal Chuck D himself. I'm going to save you to be the closer, Chuck. So just make sure to stay locked in. All right. So let's see. Let's just bring in some more callers and let's get ready for some of this. So let's go to Soon Reach. Soon Reach, what's going on? Please unmute your mic.
What's going on, KnicksFanTV? You hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Soon?
Yes, my first time here. I didn't think I was setting up right, but I just want to say, man, I'm from the Bronx, and everybody don't panic, man. We good. I still think we could win this in 5. I still think we could win this in 5. I mean, I think we could win 4 straight. I think we proved tonight that they really cannot mess with us if we lock in and we get focused. We just messed up down the stretch, but I think we still got this, man. Our team is stronger. This is not the same team from last year, and I just want to bring some energy to the chat. I know everybody's feeling down. I feel down after that loss too, but we can still do it, man. Let's lock in. Let's do it.
All right. Soon Reach saying people need to stay locked in. Don't be upset. Appreciate the call, Soon. All right, we're gonna keep rolling through these calls. Soon saying, yo, man, keep the positive vibes out there, man. It stinks right now, but keep the positive vibes. I like it, man. I like it. We got Shawn BX. Shawn, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, brothers? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Hey, guys. First time calling, man. Love the channel, man. Stay up, man. KFTV, best thing in the world, B. I just really want to give a shout out. I really want to talk about OG. I don't know, man. Maybe y'all saw it. I saw so much fear in that man's eyes today, especially on the offensive side. And I really think that it was that bounce pass that Jalen gave to him in the 4th quarter that really changed the tide. And after I saw him fumble that, I was like, come on, man. For some reason, OG come this offseason, they need to give him some, put him on a jug machine in football. He needs to work on his hands because I've never seen a guy that has so much, potential, but doesn't have a go-to move, can't put the ball on the floor. Every time he dribbles, looks like he gets nervous and they look like he's about to lose the ball. But they know that now, and you can see the defense just saying, "Oh, let's make sure they give the ball to OG." They love it when he brings it up the court. They love it when they pass it off to him because he gets nervous. He can't put the ball on the floor. He doesn't have a go-to move. His bag is very limited, and I think that this game really exposed him offensively. We already know what that man is going to do defensively. He's one of the best defensive wings in the league, period. But even though his defense is 9 out of 10, sometimes 10 out of 10, his offense is usually 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 at best. He could give you the step back 3, and sometimes he could take it into the basket and give you the occasional dunk. But when we actually need him to maybe make a move, to catch maybe a little tough pass, a bounce pass, a zip pass, he struggles. I don't know. Are y'all seeing this, or am I going crazy?
No, you're not going crazy. I mean, we see OG look, he does not have a dribble package. He is very basic, very fundamental, very limited in his offense. But it's been effective throughout the regular season. Now, when you're able to put pressure on him, he certainly goes things go awry for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I hope that, like, I think that today he probably needed to feel that. I think when he goes back and watches the film, he's going to realize, listen, man, I need to, like, step it up. You can tell he got a little nervous at the foul line at the end as well. I almost felt kind of bad for him. I was like, the moment's too bright for him right now. But, I hope that, if there's a situation like that towards the end of the game and we need a bucket, we might need to sit him down. And I know that sounds like, sacrilege because he's so good on defense, but, Mikal has been stepping it up. Mikal, in my opinion, has been the best defensive wing we've had. I put him number one, and I put OG number two. I know that might be a little, sacrilege to say, but Mikal defensively has impressed me.
I'm with you.
Hey, Mikal has been doing his damn thing, and I appreciate the call, Shawn. Appreciate you for tapping in.
Appreciate you guys. Stay up.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, look, Mikal's been doing his damn thing, man. I mean, look, for offensively, he was just taken out of the game tonight. I mean, we can look at Brunson, who had his 7 turnovers, and it was just the Cat and Brunson show for most of it tonight. And look, rightfully so. Those guys had it going. They were very efficient tonight. Can't really argue with that. But I think Bridges. I think both have been great defensively. It's just two different styles, right? OG's really good isolation and knows how to attack the passing lanes. I think for Bridges, he knows how to. What he's gotten better at is keeping his distance and using his wingspan to his advantage.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And I think that's the two different. Like, he's not as physical as OG. They're both two different players in that respect. But I think they both have been doing an outstanding job, and especially when you have Mitchell Robinson back there to anchor the defense, they can now be a little bit more aggressive, unlike they were during the beginning of the season when you have Cat, as your rim protector. So they've been doing a great job. But OG, to Shawn's point, look, man, you said it, CK, at the beginning of the show. He's got to be aggressive.
Got to wake up, man.
Got to be aggressive.
Real quick, Alex. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was actually going to be real facetious. Real quick, I just wanted, after a big comeback historic win for the Indiana Pacers, I actually wanted to shout out all of the people that could not quite find Pacers Fan TV and made their way here on Knicks Fan TV because, we are the show for the fans by the fans. And, that I guess that just has to include fans of teams that, they don't have anywhere else to go. So, we'll be more than happy to be your Airbnb here in that great win that you guys had. Make sure you subscribe, like the stream. And, I saw TM showing some love and tell you guys know where to join. Become a member of, the Knicks Fan TV, be a franchise member. We would love to have you. Great win. We're giving you guys your props. Knicks choked. We had a rough game today, and we're glad that if anywhere else you could be, you chose us, and that's real. That's real. So shout out to y'all. The numbers are great. Make sure you leave a like on the way out. Appreciate y'all. Just had to show some love because they ain't here heavy. They got a lot to say, Alex. So I'm just happy that they're driving up the engagement and they're part of the conversation. And they chose us. They could be anywhere else, Alex. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them, bro.
They could be anywhere in the world, but decide to hang out with Knicks Fan TV. Shout out to all the Pacers Nation who don't have a home to go to. And look, hey, shout out to Daniel for putting up the KFTV membership badges. Shout out to TM for creating the membership badges. Okay, so remember, when you subscribe, you can, be a franchise channel member. It costs as much as a cup of coffee, about $7 per month. So if you'd like to join up and sign up, even you Pacer guys, hey, more than welcome. Appreciate the support as always. Okay, appreciate the support. But yeah, back to OG. Gotta put up the 20 points, man. Gotta put the 20 points. We need that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just clean it up. OG. Just clean it up. I got faith. I still believe that he's gonna be a big part of this series, but not the best start. All
right, let's get to another call, CK. Let's get to Sayquizzy. Sayquizzy, what's happening, my man?
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. This is your show now.
Rough end of that game. We was up by 9 with 50 seconds, but we just couldn't make free throws. That was the problem. Like, I'm hearing like the Discord, when I was in the Discord, they blaming Thibs, this and that, but I'm like, you can't blame Thibs if you're missing free throws. Maybe some plays, but the OG bounce pass when When Brunson passes him, he was wide open, fumbled the ball, lost it.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though
not a
they
Thibs issue.
challenged that play, I'm like, bro, that shouldn't even happen. Or whatever happened, like that should have been an easy dunk. Then Cat missed a free throw. They made their free throws on the end. So it was like, okay, Cat missed one. You know they're gonna foul. Oh, now OG missed one. It's like, come on now. And then like I know we missed a lot of free throws, but the end of the game free throws hurt more. Because if they would have made those, that would have kind of gave us the game or gave us more of a cushion in just case they just missed one shot. Because the way they were shooting them threes, we needed to make every single free throw. Because they was making some crazy stuff. And when Hallie did that step back and I seen that bounce shot go in, I said it's over. Anytime somebody do that Kawhi shot bounce, bad things happen. We did it to 76ers when Brunson was in the corner and he hit that little bounce shot. It went in. After that, we ended up getting a steal. Devo hit the shot. Now we won. Anytime that happened, I'm starting to notice bad things is going to happen. But it is what it is. This is the wake-up call for the Knicks. Now they know they got to be on the A game. Like, they can't put the 8 foot off the brakes at all. So it happened now, but game 2, they got to be locked in. We need a game 6 Boston versus Boston performance. You can't have it a close game because if it's a close game, Pacers kind of got confidence now. So you got to get them out of the game early where they'd be like, okay, we already got one. Let's go to Indiana. We got to get this over with because right there, it should have been 1-0 Knicks. The way it was looking, but we was fumbling the ball, missing free throws. But that's all I really got to say.
Got to finish. Yep. Very cool.
Appreciate the call, Sayquizzy. Appreciate you for tapping in as always. And look, Sayquizzy's got a point. Look, missed free throws, turnovers, the whole thing. The whole thing. The bounce pass to OG. This is why I'm leaning more so towards the players, man. Like, y'all got to execute at the end. Like, that was an easy look. OG took his eyes off the ball, loses track of it, and the next thing you know, it's like, it's over.
Such a wild play. Like,
and then you get the block by Siakam, man.
Yeah, it just, that whole play was just crazy.
Did you think Siakam fouled him?
I don't like their conclusion. I think there was definitely contact. I don't like the conclusion that everything after that was because there was a lot of that happened because in the same motion that he tipped ball, he got armed. So I feel like there was an argument. But I'm also team that OG shouldn't have put him in that situation to make that call. Because it was, I said it. I said I don't agree with it, but I knew the refs were going to make that call. OG should have just caught the ball. I don't understand how he not only did not catch the ball, but the way that he tipped it or it just kept going up. It was just a wild play. But in my opinion, I feel like it should have been a foul. I thought in one motion he was grabbing the jersey and also got his arm, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining about referees.
It is what it is, my man. It is what it is. Let's get some more people on.
What did you think? You don't think it was a foul? You thought that was the right call? You don't think he was grabbing jersey?
I thought he was grabbing jersey. I thought there was some good contact prior to. I mean, he grabbed his jersey as he was trying to make the block. But look, I think the thing is that it's so when it gets to that murky situation of like, is it a foul? Is it not a foul? They're probably going to lean towards it not being a foul.
Not a foul. Yeah.
And so that's just the issue, man. And so it's going to, you have to make the play. You cannot put the refs in any position to make a judgment. Like, you just can't. We've just seen it too many times. And that's where I don't like to blame the refs. They're out there doing their thing. Do they make bad calls? 100%. The missed why am I blanking on it? Goaltend. The missed goaltend, like, that's on them. But that's part of the game. They're human. There's going to be human error. So you got to make sure, and I'm not saying the goaltend in particular, but like the other parts of the game, you got to make sure that you put yourself in position. It's like even Brunson with the TJ McConnell foul. Like, it's going to be called a foul. That's a foul regardless. Let TJ McConnell score, go back. Brunson, you can easily score. You don't have to try that hard. You literally don't. It's like stuff, those silly fouls we do not need. You're giving the Pacers extra opportunities to slow the game down, to put them in position to win. And so they just got to be better about that.
And they will be.
They will be. I'm confident in that. We got Nicky Ola. Nicky Ola, what's going on?
What's up, boys?
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I feel like, I might be in the minority here. I feel like we were due for this after so much magic the first two series. Um, like almost like it was bound to happen at some point. Like we're gonna get some big shot, and it was gonna go down like that. Bummed out, but not super bummed out. I'm not one of those people like I still think we're gonna win the series. I think it's gonna be a dogfight. And I think it's going to be a serious dogfight with those boys. They came to play tonight, and so did we. And blaming Thibs, blaming OG, blaming all these guys. It's a good conversation to have, and I appreciate that. But like, it's just a dogfight. We came out on the end of it. We've come out on top on every single time so far. I think going forward, I think it's gonna be a dogfight, and we got Jalen Brunson, and we got some dogs. So
this is true, very true. Appreciate the call, Nicky.
That's all I got. You guys got to have a good night, all right? And stay up.
You too. That's Nicky Ola on the line. He says it's going to be a dogfight. And look, he said we were due for that type of game, and pretty optimistic. Although, look, man, I just hate losing like that. I'm just not. I can't, it's hard for me to accept saying, oh, yeah, we needed a game like that. Sometimes you just got to be prepared for the worst. We've seen the worst.
We were the worst.
We were the worst.
We were the worst for the Boston.
You know what I mean? Like, what else do we need to prepare for? We should be ready.
I agree.
Oh man. Man. Let's keep it rolling, bro. Let's keep it rolling. We got NOOZ. NOOZ, what up?
What's up? My bad, man. I didn't mean to come in all rude like that. That's my fault.
You didn't come in all rude. We didn't even hear what you said. Yeah, you're all good. So what's up?
Oh, okay. No, I was saying, because I was talking about it looked like Cat was injured at the end of the game because he was doing like his toe or something was because even that last shot he got, I felt like it was a clean enough look, especially the way he had been shooting. It was a clean enough look for him to get it over the rim. But I'm just worried about him being ready for game 2 because I don't know. He wasn't moving well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Appreciate the call. NOOZ, appreciate the call. Hey, we could talk about that because KFTV who put up 35 points tonight, went 4 of 8 from downtown, 9 of 11 from the field. 9 of 11 from the free throw line, 11 of 17 from the field, 2 assists, 12 boards, 1 block in 39 minutes. Man was having a night, and then got caught up in a little mix-up. I think it was Miles Turner or somebody stepped on his foot, and then he was hobbling back on the other side. That's concerning, man, because you're going to need Towns in this matchup, especially with what he offers. And considering he goes off against Miles Turner, as I said earlier, you need his offense in this one. He's such a he as Mitch is the difference maker on defense, Kaz that difference maker on offense. And with a night like tonight, when you get him rolling like that, more often than not, this team will win. We already discussed this is just the exception. All right. So many strange things had to happen for the Pacers to pull out this win. But when you get a performance like that from KFTV Towns, typically you're going to be on the winning side. So hopefully he's okay, man. Sometimes it's like, it's just fresh. It's in the moment. Who knows what treatment he's going to get, but hopefully he's back for Friday and back and ready to rock. What did you think about the injury?
Yeah, I wasn't really too worried about it. Cat's been beat up this entire game. I think this entire playoffs, I should say. I'm not really too worried about it. I know they were talking about that could play a factor in that shot. I thought the shot was good. Cat is he's a switch shooter. For hoopers, you know what that is. Like there's guys who they use rim when they make their shots. There's guys that bank and then there's guys that every time they shoot, when it goes in, it's either short or it's in. And Cat's one of those shooters, and I feel like that last shot, it was on point. And it just rimmed out. I feel like so I had no issue with unfortunately the timing of it sucked, but I'm not going to blame the injury on him there. We did see him wince a little bit down the stretch, but I don't know. I'm not pulling the injury excuse. I think he was just fine. I think he played fine through it. He didn't seem too bothered by it in any of the post game press conferences. So no, it might have been a little bit of a twitch, but nothing too crazy. So no, I think he'll be all right.
I think he'll be all right too. I'm looking to see if we got any update on the Towns injury.
There's really nothing. So
I don't see anything yet from KFTV Towns.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not playing that game.
But if anyone in the chat has seen it, please let us know. We'll definitely put it on the Jumbotron and play it so that way people can hear it. We do want everyone to be updated on the latest news and what's going on with our New York Knicks. Keep the calls rolling. We got who's it? We got Mershman. Is that Mershman? Am I saying it right? Mershman.
Yeah, it's Mershman.
Mershman, what's going on? How you feeling?
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm not really a Knicks fan. Pacers in 5.
All right. Well, there we go. We have a Pacers fan that's calling in. There you go. And he's got a Thomas the Tank Engine mojo over there. Look at that. Pacers in 5. I don't agree with that. Knicks in 6 all day. That's how I feel. But hey, this is the type of time that it is. CK. He waited this entire time just to call in and say Pacers.
And that's how he called, bro. Nah, I'm a little disappointed, bro. It was so peaceful.
I'm not really just Pacers in 5.
That's what you used the call for, bro. Like, you got us, man. That's what you did. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like and subscribe, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. Man.
I was expecting more. Man. Now I'm wondering how many others are in here there. And he went back into the lounge. He went back into the lounge. What?
Man, is it Friday yet, bro? I'm so sick, bro.
What is going on here? Mershman went back into the lounge. Oh my God. What?
Made it in and just want to say
Knicks fans, you talking to this man in there? What's going on here?
Right.
Wait a minute. TM, we got a Pacers fan. We got an option here. We're on the option here now? What? We got Celtics fans in here throwing quovers. You all been out of here. We packed you up. Get out of here. I don't know what you're celebrating. If you're celebrating on the tailcoats of Indiana Pacers, get out of here. That's some low stuff, man. That is some low stuff. Worry about your team imploding, all right? I think they might trade Derek White to the Golden State Warriors. Maybe Drew Holiday's gone. Maybe keep KP because no one wants that contract. So Celtics fans, I know you're out there. I saw some of you in the chat.
Yeah.
Go live with that, man. Go live in that misery. Go live in your universe.
Yeah, they chilling, bro. They got that good Wi-Fi in Cancun, man.
That's crazy. They had to pay extra for that, probably. But hey, more support to you. Paying for that Wi-Fi to join us because there's no Celtics fan TV, and so you're just bored. You want to just tap in. Appreciate it. All right, let's load some more people on the line, man. I really called in and said, Pacers in 5. I really can't. What? And he's still in the lounge. He's just chilling. TM, what are we doing?
Can we get an eyewitness report from the lounge right now? Like,
TM, what is going on, man? You're the chief modern operation over here. What's happening?
Shoot, I'm on the thing.
Hey, yo, hold on 1 second. Relax. Hold on. I didn't call you up yet. Get him out. All right, man. Let's get to Just a Disciple. What's happening?
Wow, man. Hey, what's going on, man? This my first call, man. Hey,
welcome.
First of all, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Man, y'all been doing a great thing, man. I love KFTV, man. Y'all doing our thing. Yo, we good, man. Listen, this was a tough loss. But like CP said, bro, we enjoying the journey, man. This is it was horrible. But it's okay, man. We built for this. Our backs are against the wall right now. Who's gonna respond next game? Brunson, who's gonna respond next game? Pat, Bridges, OG. Bro, we got everybody we need, man. We all right. Everybody, please stop panicking, man. Don't crash out. It is okay, man. We all right. I still believe, personally, if we win the next 2 games, it's Knicks in 5. And I know we win in the next game for sure. I know we win in the next game 100%. So if we win game 3, I think that's it, bro. Because we got to remember, Halliburton, he played a pretty good game today. And usually they kind of go as Halliburton goes. They got 30 from Halliburton. I think almost 30. I'm not sure how much he had. I think he probably did have 30. But we were up by 14 with 2.5 minutes left. With a game like that from Halliburton, and a game like that from Siakam, and a game like that from Nesmith. It took heroics, like outrageous things, for them to beat us by 3 in overtime. We all right, y'all.
These are all true. Appreciate the call.
That energy. Great call. Yeah.
Great call from Just Disciple. Great call.
Knicks in 5 or 6, 7, whatever, and we winning it all, man. Y'all leave Thibs alone. Leave everybody alone, man. We good. Stop panicking. We good.
And he's a Thibs supporter. Look at that. Just a Disciple is Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call.
But I believe in him. I'm riding with my coach, man. He's our guy. He's right now. He's our guy, man. We got to support him. Like, I'm not gonna hate the guy. He's here. He's our leader, man. We good. Like, it's all right. We all right.
All right, man.
Knicks
Appreciate the call, just as I appreciate the call.
Knicks in 5.
Said Knicks in 5. And look who decided to join us. He's getting set up right now. Don't worry, he's getting set up. The captain.
Oh, he's here.
The captain of KFTV has now arrived, so don't worry. Our fearless leader has now joined us. He is back in the building. And I'm sure he loved that call because guys keeping the faith. And he's a Thibs supporter. Look at that.
Yo.
The rally towel. He's rallying. He's not worried. Probably disappointed, but he's not worried. What up, CP?
Disappointed is that's the family show word for it, man. a colossal choke job tonight. Colossal choke job. I'm pissed, man. I was pissed. I left that place pissed, man.
I'm sure you were in the building to watch that.
Yeah. You're up by 16 points with 3 minutes left. Everybody's in there partying, Garden's rocking. And, Neesmith, 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 after 3. The Halliburton, shot. Again, man, he is the Reggie reincarnate. From the string bean build to the corny attitude and the lucky shots. But the Knicks got what they deserved tonight, man. For not, again, displaying that killer instinct. You're up by 14 points with 3 minutes left. Close, period. It ain't the coach's fault. It ain't it. Close. Close the game. Make your free throws. Make good decisions. And you don't have to rely on a lucky bounce. I mean, STG was right. Like the Halliburton final shot, it literally went up. And as it went up, you heard this huge roar in the Garden. And it was still up in the air. It was right in front of us. And the thing went straight through. And nobody knew what happened until you saw the Pacers just going crazy. I said, oh my God, that really went in. It really went in. But again, the Knicks got what they deserved tonight. And it's like, shout out my guy Elite. Because, I went on my IG instant reaction. I'm like, yo, colossal choke job. He's like, yo, it's not that they choked. It's that the Pacers got all these lucky shots. However you want to see it, this was not the killer instinct of a championship team. So we can say the Knicks in 5, Knicks in 6, whatever we want to say to feel good. Obviously, they can win this series. They're the better team. But you got to close games, man. You cannot keep losing focus and not paying attention to detail, losing guys on backdoor cuts. This isn't the regular season anymore. You are right there. You're right there, man. You cannot just afford to be giving up games. Because before you know it, you're in a 7-game dogfight when you didn't need to be. And then guess who's looking over on the other side? It could be Minnesota. Most likely it's going to be the Thunder. Championship caliber teams, championship teams have killer instinct. Sure, it doesn't mean that you're going to go through the postseason undefeated. But you're not going to have these lapses in decision-making, in focus, free throws. How many championship teams you see shoot? How many, what do they shoot? 67% from the free throw line?
70.
70.
Barely.
Mitch only accounted for 2 of those. In critical moments. As I said, you are right there knocking on the door of a championship. These don't come around. These opportunities don't come around often. You can't play around. This isn't Detroit anymore. So you gotta lock in, man. This team gave you opportunity, and I'm waiting there the entire game, like the first 3 quarters. I'm like, yo, Knicks should be up by like 20 at this point. Nevertheless, when Cat picks up his 5th foul, I'm like, okay, let's see where this game turns. It can go bad, or they can hang in there, or it can go really well. And it went extremely well. They go on a 14-0 run to go up 16 points at that point. There's no excuse not to close. Now, at the same time, give the Pacers credit, because some people like, man, how did this happen? How did this happen? Hey, we talked about this last night. We did 100 shows on this series. You talked about this last night. Pacers sport 3 of the top 5 3-point shooters in the playoffs right now. Nebhard, number 1. Neesmith is number 3. And Turner is like number 4 or 5. All shooting over 40% from 3. So this isn't just out of nowhere. These guys showed you this against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the last series, did they not? How many times they come back down and watch these guys in crunch time? They're capable. You can't play around. And this was a night where you got 70 points from Brunson and Cat and still lose this game. It's a bad loss. They choked, man. Don't mean to say don't it's not an indictment on the series, it's not an indictment on anything, but you gotta take these opportunities. You can't take these opportunities lightly, man. It was right there for you. All you had to do was close it out, and they failed to do so, man. It's a bad look.
On your own home court.
On your home court.
Ugh. The first game of the series.
First game of the series, which I wanted them to get. Game 1 is important, man. They lost game 1 against these teams, this team in the Melo years.
Yep.
You got to lock in, man. Championship teams don't look like this.
Tough, man.
Yeah.
Tough. I mean, we talked about it, and the biggest thing was the turnovers. I mean, we could talk about the missed shots, but broke it down. Pacers only had 7 turnovers that correlated to 4 points for the Knicks. Knicks had 15 turnovers that correlated to 27 points.
Yeah.
I just felt like they were way too loose with the ball, man, at the end of the game. Way too loose.
No surprise, bro. You have to play good basketball on the offensive end against this team, or else they're going to make you pay.
Yeah, and that's why when I said, like, for game of the week, where I had people like, I saw the comment section, people were like very like, oh, we'll wipe this team. It's like, bro, like they got to the ECF too. Like we're both here because we're good teams. We're not just like, no one fluked their way into the ECF. Like everyone's got to take each other seriously.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm like, I still believe the Knicks can do it in 6, but it's like, you just got to go out there and compete. And when I talk about defensive lapses, like the drop coverage, why are we going back to drop against a top 3-point shooting team? We just faced a good 3-point shooting team. We just switched everything. I don't know why we had to put that. Now, some callers did say, and I do agree with this, better to get out of game 1 instead of like game 5 where you're like, oh, or game 6, right? Now you know what they like to do. Adjust to that and don't go back.
We'll see. We'll see, man. Who's to say it doesn't happen again in game 5? You just don't know with this Knicks team right now. I expect the adjustments and the corrections in game 2 for sure. They haven't lost 2 games in a row in the playoffs yet. But again, this was a missed opportunity. There's no other way around it, man. They blew it tonight.
No, they 100% blew it. And it's frustrating. No doubt about it.
Yeah. They blew it tonight, man. But yeah, Garden was rocking tonight. And and then it became a funeral very, very fast. It's just not a good look, you know. Again, look at the free throw line. McCall 0 for 2. OG missed some bad ones. Cat missed 2. Brunson missed 2. Hart missed one. Deuce missed one. Mitch missed two. I mean, you know, they went 8 deep. They went 8 deep tonight. Cam got some minutes. He got some extended minutes off the bench. He hit his 2 threes. You know, he did his job. I thought Mitch was good. Should have gotten more playing time. You got to figure that out. You got to figure out that dynamic.
I think it's just
Blockness should be at 30.
I think it's reducing Hart at this point, bro.
I've been saying it.
Bro, Hart tonight was just brutal to watch.
Been saying it. Said it during the game when Mitch was coming in. Hart, sit down. You got to sit, man. Like I've been saying before the playoffs started. Start Mitch. You got to figure it out. It's a tricky balance because Hart gives you the gritty. He gives you the stat sheet stuff. He gives you the glue guy stuff. He does. It's it's not as cut and dry as like, okay, campaign, you know, you got to sit. It's not as cut and dry, but I think Mitch's impact is so tremendous for this team because he not only covers for, you know, the Knicks' lack of a big man, he covers for Cat, man. How you still have Cat out there in crunch time situations and you trying to win games? You got to close games with the Block Ness monster, man. Period. So whoever's cold that night of Wingstop, you have to have a seat for a little bit. You got to, man. How do you have 20 minutes? This isn't the regular season. Block Ness is out there. You know, I'm looking at Block Ness. He's up against Thomas Bryant. What a joke.
Yeah, and they took him out when Thomas Bryant was out there. Remember that?
Yeah. What a joke.
Dang, man.
You're out there against Thomas Bryant. Give me a break. He should have been out there 30 minutes a night. This is no longer ramp-up time. This is money time, man.
That's what I said. I agree.
Get him out there.
What else are we preparing for? We're here.
What else are you preparing for?
You know what I mean? Like, now's the time.
And the thing is,
Deuce.
Deuce. I mean, the lineup of Brunson, McBride, OG, Bridges, and Mitch, that should be a staple at this point. That should be a staple. That should be your closing lineup. No questions asked.
Yeah.
You're going to get the defense. You're going to get the shot creation. That needs to be out there more than anything in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man, especially with Brunson being in foul trouble, some of those ticky-tacky fouls that he got. And like once he entered back in, and shout out to Knicks Fix for saying it, like they just knew Pacers are not a physical team, but they knew that, if Brunson's going to be fouling like this, maybe we can get him out. So they went to go attack him.
Again, Cap, not a small number 5 on McConnell. Bad foul. It's a bad foul. What are you doing? But nevertheless, they go on a 14-0 run, so it didn't kill him.
But when he came back in, it did.
Yes.
Because now you can go against him.
Yes.
Now you can use now you can use the foul trouble to your advantage. And for a Pacers who's not a physical team, look, the Knicks were always in the bonus tonight.
Bad foul, man.
I wouldn't have even started the fourth with Brunson, to be real with you. I thought that was a bold decision too.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because he started that fourth with the 4 and then led to that foul. And then he was forced to sit the entire time. Now, mind you, it worked, but I didn't like it. I didn't like starting that fourth quarter with him in the first place.
Did you guys? I couldn't get a good angle of the Turner situation. Was that a goaltender? Now it looked a little simultaneous. It was.
They had us behind the rim. We saw every angle, and it was a goaltending. 100%.
I couldn't tell. The replay in the Garden wasn't that good. I couldn't really get a good look at it. From my point of view, the angle that I looked at, it looked kind of simultaneous. But at the same time, again, I didn't like the rush decision from Cap.
Yeah.
What was the need to rush there with 2 minutes? Run the clock. We were up. We wasn't losing. So I didn't see the need to rush that one up. Look, sometimes he's going to make it. It's hard to question the shot decisions and decision making, but that one that was a head scratcher to me. I didn't think that was even a necessary play to make. And you put it in the Zebra's hands, and they called it the other way. What was up with the call on Siakam on OG on the loose ball? Did I miss something there? Again, not blaming the referees. Where was the legal contact on Siakam when the replay showed him literally forking his fingers through OG's hand? There was one using his leg to kick him.
Right in
That was a clear
grabbing
loose
the
ball
jersey.
foul.
Grabbing the
Grabbing
jersey.
the
Yeah,
jersey. So three different points. Did
they said
anybody on
everything after
Twitter?
the ball. Yeah,
Did
no, we all
they
talked
go
about
to
it.
like Steve Javi? He's not with TNT. Does TNT have like a referee at the Secaucus?
No.
What was up with that?
I think
they said everything after the ball was irrelevant. That was their call.
Everything after the ball?
Because
that's what they said. That's what they said.
So the reason was that OG didn't have possession. So it was still like a battle in their eyes. And it was like, that's really what it came down to. I'm like, all right, man.
So what is a loose ball foul then?
God knows what.
Isn't a loose ball foul a thing? I would love to see. I don't know if anybody on Twitter can articulate that, but I didn't know, loose ball fouls weren't being called at all in the playoffs. But again, hey.
OG got to catch it though, CP. Point blank period. OG got to catch that ball.
He was extremely sloppy in the game.
He got to catch that ball.
He was extremely sloppy in the game. Yeah. I'm just calling out with the things that I saw.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Where they stopped the game, they reviewed it, and they still got it wrong.
That's a common state, man.
That's we can't just overlook those things. Like, oh, that was nothing. Yeah, no, that was something. That was something. Yeah, the Knicks choked. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. The Knicks choked, and the ref sucked. Period. The point blank. Period. They were all over the place. There was no consistency with the calls. Yet and still, the Knicks still choked. They had a 14-point lead. They should have won. But the refs also sucked. So, yeah. That was my night, man. That was my night at the Garden. Started off well. Ended very poorly. Here's a sidebar for you guys.
All right.
Did you guys know Thibs had a brother?
What?
Bro.
No.
Bombshell. Bombshell KFTV news.
There's more of them?
There's more Thibs. There's more Thibs.
Is he a coach too? What does he do?
Bro, I'm not so sure. And shout out to him. Shout out to David, man. We actually had a
David.
Yeah.
David
So halftime, we're in the Delta Club. And it's packed in there. So, we get our food and whatnot. So, like, the way the Delta works is like it's standing tables. So, you got to get in where you fit in, all communal. You know what I'm saying? So, so I grab my food and we're trying to find a spot to post up. So I find a spot, and there's people there. So obviously you ask if the area's taken, you make sure your spot is cool. Yeah, it's that type of thing, man. It's Hunger Games in there.
Is this taken over here?
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes in the Delta, right? So I asked the guy, I'm like, what's the situation? He's like, you're good, but I'd love if you could take a picture with my son here because we're big fans of the show. So here we go again. The family show lost. So basically the entire team and their families watching the show. Right. So that's how I meet him. Thibs' brother looks just like him. Just like him.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You said David?
I don't know what was crazier. The fact that Thibs has a brother or the fact that he's a fan of the show, despite the fact that you guys call for his brother's head every damn show.
Well, imagine if his brother's like, "Damn, Thibs, how come he didn't do this?"
Yeah. So who knows?
What? They're killing you on this show tonight, man.
Yeah, maybe Thibs is tapping into KnicksFanTV. Maybe, man, when he's watching film, then his brother says, "Watch this," then he flips it over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sending him links.
Sending him a link.
He's probably like, CP's your biggest fan. Make sure to give him more donations.
Yeah.
As a sibling, I do the same thing, bro. I'd shoot it to my brother real quick.
Right?
Hey, man, they killing you tonight, dog.
Yeah, listen to what LD's telling us.
They hate you over there, man.
He was like, "Oh, LD, he doesn't know anything. What is he talking about?"
LD's here for you. Don't worry. LD's on the phone for you.
Did he call in? He's on the phone.
He's here. He's waiting for you.
Oh, he's
Get him on the
waiting
phone,
for you,
man.
He's
Let's
waiting
go.
for you. Sure.
Let's go.
LD, what's going on, LD?
Gentlemen,
Yo.
congratulations to the New York Knicks. We are winning the championship this year.
Okay.
Yes, we are. We are the best team left in the NBA playoffs. OKC play. Don't get frustrated. OKC plays.
Boy.
No, we are. We are. This game obviously will let them. Mistakes happen. It was a sloppy game. We had the entire game. Sloppy a little bit in the end of the game. A little bit of ISO ball. Missing 8 million free throws. Indiana doesn't want to play defense whatsoever. We're going to bully them out of this series. No problem. The only team that I think can compete with the Knicks and the Knicks' maturity, especially Jalen Brunson's, is Minnesota. But I don't think Minnesota is making the finals. When we meet OKC in the finals, I favor the Knicks over OKC because OKC still plays young. Yes, they have defensive depth or whatever the case may be, but as long as OG, Mitch, and Bridges are healthy, the Knicks are winning the championship this year.
Hey, man.
I promise you.
You let the guy do the Reggie tonight, man. It's game one, bro.
I know. It's bad. It's
bad.
bad.
You let him do the Reggie tonight, man.
It's bad. It was bad, right? But I think, especially for Jalen Brunson, this was a very bad loss, but very good for the team. You know, the only thing that I don't like about losing this game specifically is the fact that the Pacers get to go home in their environment and play 2 games. And in that environment, they're the kind of team that could score 185,000 points and beat you by 60 points. But I think because of how we lost today, Jalen Brunson is going to be pissed. And when Jalen Brunson is pissed, the team follows along in a positive way. But I truly believe after watching today's game, I'm like, you know what? The Knicks are winning the championship this year. And it's going to be because of Thibs basketball, by the way, because of bully basketball. We're going to get past this series. The same thing happened in Detroit. We had a lot of frustrating, just dumb losses. Same thing is going to happen here. And then we will meet OKC in the finals and we will beat OKC. So don't, I know it's annoying, especially for those of you who were at MSG today. I can only imagine how just disgusting it looked. It looked like Trae Young plus Reggie Miller was Halliburton. It was just disgusting. You know, no need to lose games like this, but we're going to win though. We're good. We're good.
All right.
We got this. We got this.
So I mean, you know, kind of talk about that closing sequence, man. There 14, 3 minutes left. What
I mean, for starters, again, missing a bunch of free throws kind of led us to even this point. And then Homeboy literally shot 800 for 800 from 3, which is just.
But he is shooting over 40% from 3 in the playoffs.
He is, but I mean,
48.
Yeah, moved up.
That's
Yep. I just
Curry,
looked it up. Yeah.
That's Steph Curry Olympics level shooting. Like, that's just ridiculous shooting. Kudos to him. He did his thing. But again, it was just us being sloppy. We were just being sloppy. And then another thing, I'm not going to criticize Brunson too much because, again, we didn't have to lose this game. But one thing he could have done a bit better was when he was on the bench because of the fouls, we went on a run. He didn't have to come in and do a lot of ISO. There was no need. But again, it's just foolish stuff. But the ending sequence, if you watched the Pacers against the Cavs, they did the same exact thing. Halliburton purposely misses a free throw, backs up and shoots the 3. So this is something that they, you know, it seems like it's in their blood. They showed a statistic. I know our boy, Jalen Brunson, won Mr. Clutch for the year, but right up there with him is Halliburton. Halliburton has hit a lot of clutch shots, you know, but I'm not scared of the, you know, I don't think any of us are really worried about the Pacers. We're just frustrated. And we know, again, because they're a fast team, they are the kind of team that could beat you for no reason. But they have no interest in playing defense whatsoever. So we're getting our buckets on that end. We just have to, you know, D up on our end, you know, because we can bully them. But we're good, though. That end sequence, as you mentioned, just horrid. But I think that's the horror movie that the Knicks need to see in order to show up for the rest of the series and not take anything for granted, as you've said. But we'll be good, though.
Hope so. If you want to
We'll
win
be
the
good.
championship, you're going to have to do that.
We got
rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. I'm seeing a mix, man. I'm seeing a couple tomatoes. I don't know, LD chat. I don't know. Chat's sending tomatoes your way tonight, man. I didn't think he said anything controversial tonight. He's pretty positive.
Very positive.
Yeah.
So we're going to win the NBA Finals. That's
He
pretty
did.
damn positive.
Congrats, guys. We did it. Congrats.
Salute to LD, man.
We did it. CK. All right. Let me book the ticket now for the parade. Hold on.
Yeah. Did we go to Chuck yet?
No, not yet. We're saving him for. I thought we would save him for closer.
Okay. All right. Let's clear out the members lounge and then get to Chuck. I got to crash out, man. I don't long ass day.
All right. We got Mark. We already went to Anthony, so we got Mark. What up, Mark? We got Big Feet from Harlem. So let's go to Mark first. Oh, let's unmute you first. Mark, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, guys? How's it going?
How you doing, man?
I mean, kind of on the same level as LD. I'm not really that worried. We showed a lot of good things. We showed we can really play them hard, play them well, and it was the end of that fourth quarter, man. I don't know. How do you guys feel about bringing JB in general? Like there, I know he's clutch, but the thing is, when we're up by that much, we don't need points. We don't need scoring, right? We need defense, and we were doing well. We were what, plus 14 or something at the time when JB and Bridges were on the bench. I just feel like I don't know. I understand you need them out there to close it out, but at the same time, like we had that momentum and we were just stopping them, and they couldn't handle us at the moment. So to me, like that kind of swung the momentum, you know. Well, obviously that with the fact that we're pulling up from threes when we're up, we're pulling the Celtics, right? We're just chucking threes and shooting the ball instead of just holding it and, you know, taking the clock down. I mean, it's silly mistakes, really. That's why I'm not worried. I feel like, yeah, it was a terrible loss, like. But honestly, I felt worse last year when we had that shot from Nemhart and that led to the loss. To me, that was a worse loss than the loss today. Yeah, we gave up a big lead, but that was kind of more heartbreaking than this because in this game, I felt like we were the better team despite the loss. You know, we just fumbled. So,
yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the call. Shout out to Mark. Yeah. I mean, look, man. You got to bring your star back into the game at some point. Even though they had a 14.
You think that was the right time, though? We talked about it. I'm curious what you think. Do you think it was the right time? Do you think they should have kept it running for a little bit?
Look at it and in hindsight and say, you know, it was not the right time. But even at 14, you still want to get some buckets. You still want to run it up a little more on them. But yeah, I've absolutely, when you bring him back in, you are susceptible again defensively, especially when he's got, you know, one more foul to be fouling out, because then you definitely take all of his aggressiveness out. So it's a tricky thing, but like, you know, you're gonna have Captain Clutch sitting on the bench,
right?
Nah, you're putting your star player back into the game, man.
Yeah, for me, it was just taking out Deuce at that time was the big key. I feel like that hurt. You're right. You know, we wanted to bring some more points. I get that, but I think we lost a lot when we took out Deuce. But it comes back to the Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson conversation we had earlier. You know what I mean? Hart might have needed to sit there, and then you run Deuce and Jalen at that time, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like you said, hindsight, though. Hindsight.
Absolutely, man.
Shout out to KFS, man. Nick's Film School in here, giving us a $5.
I did see that, yeah.
I saw that, man. Shout out to Claudio, man. Yeah, and then you can read it out.
Much love, fellas. Salute to everyone in Knicks Nation going through it tonight. Here's to this team either making history or repeating it.
Yeah, shout out to KFS. Shout out to those guys, man. Working round the clock to provide quality content to the fan base when, you know, much of the mainstream is still pretty terrible.
This is all facts.
Tomorrow's gonna be rough, man.
Oh, it's gonna be rough, man. Dude, I turn it, Steven. Hey,
keep the TVs off.
God, these guys are gonna be insufferable tomorrow. I'm sleeping all day anyway, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah,
nope.
Mainstream's gonna be insufferable. And thank God I was at the game. You know, if I was home, I would have been tapped in with CK. But thank God I didn't have to hear Reggie, and I didn't have to hear that bum Draymond Green on the pregame. with the other haters and Kenny, Chuck, and Charles. Shout out to Ernie, though. I like Ernie. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're there for another. This thing goes 7. They're there for all.
Unfortunately. Well, that's all right. That's all right. Shout out to BD, man. Baron Davis. We had a good pregame show.
Yeah,
Slate
about to
was
ask how'd that
rocking.
go.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. We had a great pregame show. We got the pictures also from the meet and greet. Fans got a chance to chop it up with BD, take a picture. So that was nice. He was down courtside at the game with Melo and JR and Amari. So they had the Knicks tape in one section. Everybody was there tonight. Knicks tape was there. The captain, Patrick Ewing, was there, obviously.
All
Clyde
smiles. All smiles
All
for
smiles.
3. For
All
3 3/4.
Yeah. Starberry was there. He was suited up. Bernard was literally everybody was there. Bernard was there. LJ, Sprewell, Houston. Who's who? Everybody was there. The guys you wanted to see. So yeah.
My heart was happy to see JR and Melo sit next to each other.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. That was
Earl.
nice. Yeah.
Earl, my guy, Earl. Yeah, man.
It's interesting. I mean, even though he's kind of like flash in the pan, fluky stuff, like the Linsanity never comes to any games.
Yeah.
Lynn hasn't been to the Legends Lounge yet. You know?
Did Shump make it through?
Shump has not made it.
Yeah, that's what I
what's
was
he talking about
asking.
on Twitter? Shump is like, y'all, I don't want to be there. I don't know what's going on with Shump. I don't know what's going on.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shump just got picked up by ESPN. I think he's doing some content with them. Yeah, maybe we can get him on. I've had a hard time trying to get in contact with him, so maybe we'll find Shump and get him on. I'm still holding out hope that Harp can make it to the Legends Lounge. He was supposed to. Remember when they had that random night where like they kind of celebrated like random Knicks that one night?
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
He was supposed to go. I don't know what happened. So I don't think, there's any like bad blood or anything. But I'd like to see Harp. Yeah. I might put in a call, man. We got to get Harp at the Legends Lounge.
I mean, the Mavericks aren't doing anything, so he should be there.
Oh, that's right. That's because he's their commentator, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. True.
Yeah, Harp should be there, man.
Very true.
Harp should definitely be there. I think he's the only one really missing. Starks was there. Literally everybody was there. LJ, they did the LJ 4-point play.
They showed that.
They showed that. They did a good job with the they showed like a history between the two teams, montage of the Knicks just giving them that work. That was good. Got us going a little bit. Who else? Other than that, the celeb. Dave Chappelle. Chappelle was there. That was
all that.
cool.
Yeah.
Chappelle was there. Melo definitely got the loudest ovation. Loudest ovation definitely went to Melo. I thought Chappelle was probably second. Then, the Timothy Chalamet. I mean, people was going crazy. Like he's, the king of pop or something. And shout out to
he's the next Spike Lee, CP. That's what they're saying. They're saying he's gonna be
Who show was I doing? They were asking me. I think it was the Vernon show. Verno and then was asking, like, is he next? I'll say, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I ain't seen none of his joints, but hey, salute to him. I like his enthusiasm. I didn't see the Johnny Cash joint. No, I didn't. No, I'm not into that.
I haven't touched Dune yet.
Okay, he was in Dune. That's his claim to fame.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm way behind on like movies and shows, so like I'll get to that. Al, you seen Dune? Are you a Dune guy?
Nah, I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
There's too much stuff going on, man. I don't got time for movies like that.
Yeah,
I got time for Chalamet. That's what he said, man. Get him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Shout out to him. Other than that, yeah, it wasn't really anything anybody else like new. Tracy's always there. Common, Jennifer Hudson, they're there sometimes there. So yeah, it was all right, whatever. All right, who else we got on the phones, man? Can wrap it up soon.
We got Big V from Harlem. Big V. What's going on?
Fellas, what's going on? Y'all can hear me?
Yep. How you doing, bro?
I'm sick. I'm sick. Yeah. My heart is hurt. My stomach hurt. All that. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if history don't repeat itself, we just watched it again, man. We watched that skinny, light skinned mother dude, Reggie choke.
He did
in
the
game
Reggie
one,
first, man.
just like Reggie did in game one, all over again. We lived through that.
Yeah.
And it was sickening then. And if history completes itself, we won that series. After all those theatrics, we won that series. This hurts. This hurts. It was disgusting. You know, they were missing defensive assignments. They didn't, choke them out when they had the chance. In our home building, game 1, up 16, and we turned into the Boston Celtics chucking threes. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what OG had the Noel hands tonight. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on. The Garden decided to love Halliburton with the jump shot. It touched the top of the Garden and fell into our basket.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like I said, when it hit the back rim, you heard a huge roar, and then it dropped down. It was like, everybody.
I was in front of my TV and I said, this ball is going to drop in.
Yeah, yep.
I said that.
You and me
I
both.
said, this is going to drop in. I said, yeah, it's in the air. It's still in the air. I said, yo, it's still in the air. Everybody's cheering. I said, this ball is still in the air, floating.
Yeah.
Above the rim.
Yeah.
And it felt like the rim was so big. I said, this ball is going to drop in. I said, the only thing that can save us right now is if his toes, if he got the same shoe size as Kevin Durant. And he did.
Right.
He did.
Lucky.
But
could have ended him right there.
But and then Nemhard, CK, you cannot never say the Tracy McGrady line again. Don't ever say the Tracy McGrady line again. I know that's your man. I know you love him, but
was I wrong though?
No, you wasn't. But when you said, I said, no, don't say that. And he started to kill us,
bro.
But it wasn't none of our fault. We gotta finish our food. That's it.
That's it.
Got you, man.
We gotta finish our food, man. The city and the mayor played itself. Don't give them street names yet. This is that's championship stuff.
Yeah,
Do that later.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool to see, but it was like, damn, like usually that's
it was very nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice gesture. Even DeLon Wright got a street name.
Even Dylan got one, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody got one.
Ariel Hawkwood, people don't know who he.
They left out Beauchamp, bro.
Yeah. No love for the two ways.
I forgot Beauchamp was on the team myself.
Yeah, that's great. That's crazy.
But we crowned them too early. They still got to earn it for us.
Yes.
They still gonna give it to us. But we still at 8. We got 8 wins to go. Right? We got 8 wins to go. We down 1.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate the call, man.
Peace, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, Al, let's run through these super chats and Boogie, man. I gotta get some sleep. I'm tired as hell. All right. Where are we at? Where we leave off at?
All right, give me 1 second. We got Cody Glock on the line if you want to go to Cody.
Yeah. Let's go to the Glocks at rapid fire, man. We gotta go.
Real quick, Cody. What up? Cody.
Cody, go once. All right, let's get to the super chats, man.
Right.
Where we leave off at? So is Al on mute? I don't know if Al's in the. Al? You're muted.
Yeah, I muted myself back.
So okay, all right, got you.
Okay, there we go. My bad.
Got it. No problem.
So we got GOT with the $2 super chat. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Said Knicks were 1-1 going into Detroit. Knicks in 6. King Matthews with the $2 super chat. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Free throws, burps. Parlay messed up with the tear emoji. We got Peter with the $5 super chat. Therapy session. Knock down free throws. We was 28 of 40, and Cat needs to knock both down. Terry Cow with shout out to you for being a franchise channel member and the $2 super chat. Blew the game when hunting Shepherd and settled for threes. Shout out to Drew Toya, $5 super chat. Pacers in 5. So here's a $5.
There we go.
There we go. And then let's see.
Yeah,
what else we
this
got.
is that time of year, man. The Pacer fans are in here heavy, man.
We had a Pacer fan call in.
Did he?
Wasted their opportunity though, CP.
Oh man, what was he?
Wasted.
Was he belligerent and just like annoying, or was he actually like
no?
Very polite?
Very polite. Whispered Pacers in 5, and then that was it.
He called in on the Discord.
Yes, sir. He
Let's
waited,
shout out to
and then CP. He went after I disconnected him. He went back to the members lounge to hang out with the people.
Wait, he became a member?
He was just not the members lounge.
He's
Sorry, he was in the lounge.
Yeah, not the members lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the lounge. Sorry, my apologies.
Well, hey man, like I said, we welcome everybody here, man. That's
But we do have a few Pacers fans as members.
Always.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
And Celtics fans came through today too.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're enjoying their full 30 days though. I respect the Celtics fans. They got 30 days,
They're on vacation right now. They got nothing to go on. They got nothing going on.
Celtics fans sapping in from Cancun.
yeah, man.
Because while we down, that's all right. Well, everybody's welcome. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
We got Pudge Forever with a $5 super chat. We gave the Pacers confidence. This is not a team we could take lightly and play around with, or we will be going home. CP, what's the R before the $5 super chat? Before the dollar sign? What is that?
Is that rupee? Where are we?
Rupee?
That might be it.
Rupee?
I think it's rupee. Yeah.
$5 rupee. Viva O Life. We need to win game 2, but game 2 is not a must win. We need to remind what happened at Boston and the away games. We can bounce back even down 0-2. Agree?
Well, let's get to Friday first. Let's get to Friday first, and they'll win on Friday. They'll be all right.
All right. Let's see. We got Brian Mahoney with the $5 super chat. Knicks fans crying about cockroaches despite being the only city that has to deal with them. Wow.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right. Shout out to Brian. Do you want to spend money? Okay.
Right.
Michael White with the $5 super chat. They were tired, Alex. That's why they made mistakes. Josh, 44 minutes. Mitch, 21 minutes. 21 minutes for Mitch is not that much, man.
Yeah.
That's light work. We got Ryan with the $5
I think
super
what
chat.
he's trying to say there is that Hart played too many minutes and Mitch didn't play enough.
There we go.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Shout out to Ryan for the $5 super chat. I agree. Thibs didn't make us miss, but when you play such a thin rotation, you got to give them any break you can. Make it easier on them. Slow the game.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. We got Brian Mahoney with the $2 super chat. Wow, I see Brian is a Pacers fan. Appreciate the money.
He gave us $7, man. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Brian. We got Zay Carmel. Shout out to you for becoming a franchise channel member. Hoodies Vintage. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat and for being a franchise channel member. Worst loss ever. Biggest mismatch coaching. #clown.
Yeah. Well, Hoodies, when they lose, he always he's a consistent coach. Blame him. Shout out to Hoodies, though, man.
Shout out to J32K for being a franchise channel member and the $10 super chat. Let's go, Knicks. We here. First ECF in 25 years, and it took the near impossible to beat us. This team hasn't even achieved their full potential yet. It's only year 1. Yeah, but we're here now, man. We're trying to go. We're trying to go places. Vandal on the boards.
Vandal.
Shout for you for being a franchise channel member for 6 months. Bartended tonight in DC, had people saying it was over even when the lead was cut to 7. I told him, shut up, shut the family show up. There's still time. See? We got Omari with the $5 super chat. If the keyword if we go down 0-2, I don't know if we can recover at this pace. Friday might be a must win. We will be back to talk tomorrow, but Knicks in 6.
Salute Omari.
We got Blackness.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got Blackness for being a franchise channel member and shout out for the $5 super chat. First off, CK greater than Reggie on the play-by-play. Second, this Knicks team has been consistently inconsistent all season. We needed to lose again. On to game 2.
Appreciate it, Blackness.
And then we got Vince Yako with what's the A now? CP, you're the diplomat.
Australia. Yeah.
Australia. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
See,
Salute to our friends, man. Land down under, man.
Shout out to Vince for giving us Australian $3 Australian dollar.
Yep.
Front load the pace. Throws OG and Cat out late. All right.
Hey, man, he had a chance at a 3. Cat had a chance at the 3. They didn't get it done.
Smoked it.
Both had, had 70 points between them, man. Which is kind of interesting if you think about it.
Bro, you gotta punch that win if you have your 2 stars giving you 70 plus points. That's crazy.
Gotta punch it, man. Yeah.
All right.
Who is it? Is that Soup? We're on Soup.
Vandal on the boards.
Oh, Vandal. Okay, shout out to Vandal. $5 super chat. Shout out to Soup 5142. $5 super chat. Knicks are good. Watch OKC blow game 1 against Denver. And Chet choke. Gordon 3. Knicks in 5. Okay, shout out to JK the God. $15 super chat. Shout out to JK. Said Thibs lost that game for us. Team went on a 17-6 run when Brunson went on the bench. There was no reason to bring Brunson back in, sir. It's the playoffs, my guy. It's the playoffs. It's money time, bro. You're bringing your best player back in. There's no team in the league that's not doing that. Like, come on, let's be real here. He says when he brought Brunson back in, ISO ball kills momentum, just like he had the starters in up 30 against Boston. Look, we can second guess it. We can, kind of Monday morning quarterback it. Any coach in his position is bringing your star player back in the game. They need to finish the game. That's not on Thibs. Finish the game. Gerson Rodriguez, $5 super chat, says 3 times, 3-shot ball, and I call timeout and tell my guys that guy's not scoring another 3. That's the job of the coach. I actually liked having the timeouts later so that you can have your offense-defense substitutions. It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
You take them early, you're not going to have that opportunity to do submission in those games in those spots. That's why you also got to be conservative with your challenges.
Yeah, he booed that first challenge. He booed that challenge.
Yeah. Got to be conservative with your challenges. So, yeah. Yeah, but the idea that Brunson should have stayed on the bench is ridiculous. This is the playoffs, man. You're in the Eastern Conference Finals trying to get a championship. You're going to put your best player in there. Knicks are nowhere. $5 super chat says, look like OG actually regained it in midair and was just trying to put it back up. That was a foul. Stevie Wonder could see it's a foul. The whole legal contact is ridiculous when there was nothing legal about it. He got raked 3 different ways. No, I don't know. I'm not with that, man. Shout out to Ephraim Soon Reach. Salute to you. Welcome to the franchise channel members. Salute to Perez Cards. K Marco, $20 super chat franchise channel member says, I'm gonna need y'all to pick your faces up. We thought we had it in the bag and took the foot off the gas. We are the better team. As I told everyone at Slate tonight, Knicks in 5. Stop crying. We got this. Shout out to Kane for pulling up to Slate, and shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. $5 super chat. Franchise channel member says, the higher we go, the harder it hurts when we lose. That is true. We win, it's amazing high. Everything is magnified. We healthy. This L ain't easy. 100%, man. 100%. So, all right, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the replay gang. And yeah, man. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format, man. No reason to miss it. Al, CK, great job. CK, great job on the play-by-play. Subscribe to the newsletter. As you see, the newsletter is up there. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the newsletter so that you don't miss many of our important updates, including watch parties, content, and great articles from our guys. Shout out to Omar. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Jalen and everybody contributing to the KFTV newsletter, man. So with that being said, great show, fellas. Get your merch, get your playoff merch at KnicksFanTV.com, shop.KnicksFanTV.com. Watch party for game 2 on Friday. A lot of people are asking about that. That will be up and available on Thursday as well. All right. So tough loss, but good show. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.